All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brandman Brandon on there. Brandon Grizzly over here.
What
What
up?
is up? How you guys doing? How's your week?
Good. Busy.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a 3-day weekend. We finished work at like noon today.
Nice.
I just spent a grip on my dog getting ACL
Oh.
surgery.
Really?
That's right.
I was like, I'm poor. It's awful. I was like, how much money? What do I love my dog $6,000 enough? Oh my god. I don't know if I love me $6,000 enough. But he got done. So,
Poor guy. You took him yesterday, right?
yeah, so I picked him up today.
Okay.
With the little incision, and he's afraid to move it. And so I can tell you have to like move it a little bit further, right? I moved it. He looked at me like how dare you do this to me?
He's like,
my bad.
Poor puppy, man. Poor
Like,
puppy.
he grabbed his pearls. He clutched his pearls. Like, what? How dare you?
How dare you? Why are you doing this to me?
Oh, poor guy.
He was not happy, man. So yeah.
No, hopefully he'll be back to moving normal.
They
pretty
want
soon.
him walking in 5 days.
Wow.
I was like, 5 days? 5 days doing what?
Yeah.
But it's
just a take show. Oh man. But yeah, it is yeah, again the long weekend, which would be nice. You guys got any plans for the weekend?
My one buddy a little bit further north is having a gathering at his place tomorrow. Early afternoon. I have to figure out what I'm bringing or what I'm making that's going to be quick and easy. And for whatever reason, I've never been this indecisive about such a thing. So I gotta figure out something, and then I'm gonna get up early and go to Jewel and get whatever I need and just put it together. So That's my mission before I go to bed tonight. Decide on what I'm making.
I'm gonna do it.
So I got
Cookies,
like another.
Man.
Yeah.
Whenever in doubt, just run to Costco or Sam's and get a big ass tray of cookies.
Yeah.
That's the last second decision. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
My dad did the okey-doke. So he asked me to barbecue and have everything at my house. I convinced everyone to have it at his house, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, you got to cook and you got to do all the stuff. And then all of a sudden he sprained his MCL, a grade 2 sprain of his MCL. I was like, how? He said, I was grabbing my coat and I turned around and it was like, oh, my
oh no, man.
So I'm like, really? So this is what's going on? So, we already decided we're going to have it at his house. So now I have to go to his house early, barbecue over at his house, do all the stuff for everybody, and then have to go home and do the same thing. This dude.
Oh, geez.
I'm pretty sure he did this on purpose.
Yeah. Just have him and the dog just sit right next to each other. Like, all right, the knee injuries over here.
It's funny. I feel like I'm gonna finish barbecuing and he's gonna start walking normally. Oh, okay, you done? I'm gonna walk over to get his plate. I feel like that's gonna happen.
That'd be funny. Collector said if stores are open, some grocery stores they're open for a little while.
Jewel-Osco will be open tomorrow. Mariano's will be open, and Trader Joe's will be open. They're just open until a certain time. So those ones I think they're open until 5. They said.
Yeah.
So I got enough time. I get up early, so.
Did you guys see the fireworks?
I've heard some of them.
Or you can.
Mm-hmm. Mm. But they canceled the ones on AV Pier for the 4th. But they've still been setting some off over here where I could see them.
Oh, they canceled them?
They canceled it.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Isn't NASCAR starting Saturday?
NASCAR starts on Saturday, so I'm right in the thick of it. They got everything pretty much set up, and everyone is down here for it. It's been a pain in the butt for the bus line. So I've been
God,
taking
I didn't know
taking the red or green line everywhere, or just walking.
that.
I
Wow.
was supposed to go to Wrigley today. I said, nope, ain't happening. Nowhere near there.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Not until like Tuesday at least, because you got to figure still a lot of people are gonna be traveling on Monday, getting back.
Clean up.
I'm
Good. I'm good. I don't know. So I realized I was reading these books, right? And then I found the book that I've been reading on book on tape on Audible, and now I don't even want to get out my car. Like, I don't care about watching TV. I don't care about watching the movie. I would rather sit there and listen to this book, and I don't have to read it now. Oh, it's so good. I do like reading still, but it's nice when someone's reading to me.
Audiobooks are convenient, are a lot more because you could do something and then pop an earbud in and listen. Audiobook saved me in when I was doing my community college. I was doing my English class, and she had us read all these like stories and stuff like that. And a lot of them are old classics, which there's a bunch of audiobooks for. So I would be at the gym listening to my homework. It was like the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to get like in trouble for whatever reason. So no one knew until like the end of the semester where I was like, oh yeah, I use. It wasn't Audible, it was something like Libby or something like that. Yeah, so I was using that, so it came in handy.
That's awesome. Literally, I actually woke up in the middle of the night and wanted to know more about the book, and I thought about go grab the book. And I was like, I have to grab my headphones, and I fell asleep with the headphones on. I had to pause it.
Somebody telling you a story.
Like, fell asleep. Just I felt like I was just being clutched, and just I'm big, so if someone swaddle me, that's just perfect. Swaddle me in your words. That sounds good.
That's funny. All right. Oh man. Let's see who's in chat real quick. We got Collector saying what's up. Can't wait for the stream, and he said he thought Jurassic World was very disappointing. But he said the best thing was seeing that first trailer of the Odyssey, which was kind of surprising. I was like, I felt like the movie just got like casted like yesterday, it feels, but it's been a while. But yeah,
I mean, it's a little teaser, but it's just
it's been a minute since they've been filming it.
Yeah, just a little teaser.
I love how every Christopher Nolan movie I love how every Christopher Nolan movie is advertised like almost a year exactly before it comes out, and they go out of their way to say on the screen 1 year from now. I think they did that with Oppenheimer. I remember them doing it with Interstellar. And I remember them waiting until after all the movie trailers, and you think the actual movie is going to start for them to show the trailer for the next Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
I love that dude. He's the man. But I'm curious as to whether that's his idea or the studio's. If that's his idea, like, dude, get off your own dick.
It's kind of a troll a little bit, It's like,
yeah.
But, yeah.
And I love Christopher Nolan's stuff.
Yeah, he makes awesome movies.
He makes awesome stuff. Like the only thing that he's made that wasn't quite for me was The Dark Knight Rises, and even that wasn't. I'm not going to pretend like it's a horrible movie. It just wasn't. It just didn't hit for me as much as the other two Dark Knight movies did. But
I know Tenet. Tenet is the movie that everyone kind of like is like, I don't like it. I love Tenet, but I get why people don't like it. Yeah, but that's the one that a lot of people complain about.
It was fine.
The most. Yeah.
Tenet was fine. Jurassic World was fine. Odyssey's gonna be pretty good, I think. Yeah.
I think Odyssey's it's probably gonna be up. It's gonna be up for a bunch of Oscars. I feel like
it'll be cool to see Nolan take on a story like that.
Yeah,
especially in comparison to all the other stuff that he does. I like because I thought Oppenheimer was right up his alley. It's one of my favorite Nolan movies. I was so excited when I heard that's what he was doing because I thought that just suited him. So like like Greek mythology if I'm on the right track with the Odyssey. Seems something pretty unorthodox for him, but that's why I'm pretty interested, because you wouldn't associate him with stuff like that. So probably crush it like he crushes just about everything else he does. I respect him because he's really like passionate about putting out good quality. If you ever seen interviews with that guy, like he's passionate about cinema. So I'll always, as much as I'm joking about the Odyssey trailer and how they place his trailers, I respect that dude. I love his work.
I mean, the Odyssey, like the topic itself is kind of weird for him, but he's really good at telling like grand stories, kind of thing, you know. So
it's a storyteller. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a fun one when that comes out. Let's keep going. Fernando's in the house saying, "What's up?" We talked about the Odyssey a little bit. What's up, B? Brandon Davis says he's trying to finish Ironheart. It went pretty quick.
I'm not going to sit there.
I liked it. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Nice little. It's not really a teaser.
So
cameo, I guess. That's not really. I don't know. Was that a cameo?
It felt very much like they tried to make He Who Remains at the end of Loki. Try to steal the show, and we'll talk about it. I don't want to get on it right now.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit. Those last 3 episodes. Mama Bear's in the house.
Hey, Mama Bear.
Hey, Mama Bear.
Mama Bear. She said, "You love your kids enough to fix the dog."
I love the dog enough. I honestly, I love the dog enough. I can't. If it was the kids, I'd be like, they're like, "Hey, give me this money for whatever." And I'm like, I don't know. But for the dog, I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. The dog I did want.
That's how it always goes. That's how it always goes.
I know exactly what's going to happen, guys. I'm going to fall in love with him, and I'm going to take care of him the rest of my life. And that's what's going on.
That's how it goes. We got Kevin Davis in the house. What's up? He's saying Jurassic Park Rebirth going to take away some of Superman box office. After watching it, I don't think it will. Not domestically, at least. Not domestically. I think most of the people that want to see it are going to see it this week, and then, yeah. I'm not saying it's not going to make money next week, but yeah. Okay, curious. I know I'm going to ruin it, but I want to see where it's at on Rotten Tomatoes. I saw where it was on Letterboxd, because I added to my Letterboxd right away, and I was like, yeah, I'm right there with kind of majority of everyone else. Yeah, okay, yeah. Rotten Tomatoes makes about sense too. So I'll say what it is later when we do the review, but yeah. But
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna take some away, but I don't think it's gonna do much. I don't think we do much. We'll see. This whole month is gonna be interesting,
Yeah. Was hoping we were gonna start out with a bang with this, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, exactly. Said Brandon will just do a flex and let him shop. He was like, and just feel like it's like an anime thing. Like flex, and then the doors open magically. That's funny. Well, I have no more friends, so tomorrow I'll just be watching movies.
Well, that's horrible.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna be doing, man. Well, not rewatching movies. I'm probably gonna be barbecuing in this out in the yard with my kids in a little inflatable pool. Like, I'm not gonna be doing much. Probably watch Murderbot at some point.
I'm gonna get up early.
Oh, did you freeze?
I think I froze for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
heard you.
yeah, I'm gonna probably watch some Murderbot tonight.
Yeah.
My
There's only
stories-
like there's like 2 episodes left, I think, this week and next week, and then that's the end for the season.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I know we're getting close to the end.
yeah. And I also gotta give a quick shout. I gotta come down here. Deuce giving out 5 memberships. That is awesome. Who we got? We got Evolutionary Comics got one. Popping the Popcorn got one. That's awesome. Ty got one. Hey, it's puppies got one. So, and then wifey birthday tomorrow. Nice. Happy early birthday. 4th of July. Well, you're Canadian,
nice.
so I guess it don't matter.
Happy.
Happy birthday. So, yes, Brandon was frozen hot chocolate for a moment in the freezer. Let me give a shout out to Deuce, though. Appreciate that so much. Here, since we're gonna be talking about Street Fighter in a little bit, give you this one. Yes! I need to see that in the movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they have to do that.
Yeah. But Deuce, that is awesome. Thank you so much, man. You are the GOAT. You are the best. With 5 memberships. Oh man. Okay, so who else saw Jurassic World this weekend or so far? I know it's only, what day is it? It's Thursday. So a movie just came out, but I don't know is anybody planning on seeing it if you haven't seen it already. Let me know in the chat. Fernando said saw Jurassic World earlier today. It was very mid. Yep. I'll save that for later as well. Collector said I think Jurassic Park is going to drop a 50% drop with how bad it is. 50% is not a horrible number. It's about average, a little bit better than average, because I think what the average drop is, what, 60 to 50?
60 to 50, right?
Yeah. So let's see what the box office for Jurassic. I mean, it's only, like I said, it's only the second day. But it's probably gonna have a big weekend because of the holiday and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're saying 133 with the 5-day debut. That's the projection. Yeah.
Huh.
That's pretty solid for 5-day one.
Yeah, for 5 days, that's yeah. You have a head start like that.
Yeah. So just yesterday's numbers, just the second, it's already at $30 million domestically.
That I did see.
Yeah.
Or that it was closing in on it.
Yeah. And I think today was about another 20 to 22.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, before we even get into tomorrow, it's gonna be at like 50.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not bad. But like I said, it's opening weekend, it's the holiday. People were kind of excited about this one a little bit.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whatever you want to call it. People are gonna go see it. That's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah. We'll see how good it does domestically.
Mm-hmm.
If it can hit like 300 to 350 domestically, I think it has a good chance of hitting the bill.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes.
So I'm chiming in as I write more notes for the review. Yeah.
Oh man, Mama Bear said I'm hearing good things about Jurassic Rebirth.
Yeah. I'm trying to hang on to it until we get to there.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Like I said, my first book I will be reading next year is The Odyssey. I read that in high school.
Same.
One, I love like Greek mythology and Greek stories and stuff like that. And the Odyssey was a good one. It's a good one. It's been a while since I read it though.
Yeah, it's been a good minute for me.
Yeah. Kevin Davis said, good writing wouldn't change for Ironheart, folks. My mind were already made up. I hope Dominic Thorne will get another appearance in MCU. I think she will. I don't see there being any way that she couldn't. Yeah, especially the way the show ended, which we'll talk about. I think we were gonna see her again. I'm not sure where. Maybe Doctor Strange. Maybe like Doomsday or Secret Wars. Probably Secret Wars for sure, just because everybody's gonna be in that.
I could see Secret Wars for sure, man.
Yeah, but if they do a Doctor Strange before, which I think that's the plan now, right? Is we're gonna get Doctor Strange.
They're saying we're gonna get Doctor Strange 3. They're saying that we're gonna get Strange Academy.
Yeah, well, the Strange Academy, that would definitely work.
Strange Academy would be good.
That would definitely work.
I think that would be a good gap bridge between Doctor Strange 2 and 3 if they are really moving forward with a third. I've heard a lot of things about a potential third. I've heard that it's going to be out within the next 2 to 3 years. I've been hearing that Sam Raimi might come back and direct it. I've been hearing all kinds of stuff. I'd be good with Raimi coming back just because I think it suits him. I like most of, like, from a directorial standpoint, I like what he did with Multiverse of Madness, because it was very much a Raimi movie.
Yeah.
Which I thought was awesome. But yeah. They need to do more with that corner of the universe, especially if they're doing more kind of like the supernatural side of and exploring more magic. They need to play around more with that.
Yeah, especially if what Brian said, here, the rumor where the next phase might be more supernatural magic phase before they get into the X-Men stuff, which I think I'm more into that. I like that.
Because it would leave time to kind of build up whatever you're going to do with the X-Men and kind of plot it out good enough, because that's the X-Men movies, that's its own universe in itself.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need the Avengers. They stand on their own perfectly fine. That could be in its own corner in the MCU, and they could be doing their own thing. And even though I'm sure we don't need any other like outlying characters other than the X-Men.
Yeah.
They have enough content on their own. But
to like do everything.
Yeah, but I'd
like
be
tell like a big story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I was trying to word it. But I'd be good with them, kind of just building time, crafting X-Men carefully. What we think of the Fox run notwithstanding, those movies still are fresh enough in people's minds, and I think you have to kind of pivot and do something completely different from what they did in order to be its own animal. So I'd be fine with them taking as much time as they needed
with it. Yeah, I mean, I like that too. And then you give like a little buffer, because we already got the magic stuff. You can start to dive a little deep into that while introducing mutants,
right.
and then boom, So yeah. At first I was kind of like, that seems stupid, but I'm like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If that's the rumor, if that's true, or but we'll see. We'll see as it goes. My says she's a Jurassic fan, so for me it is to go see it in theaters. Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of the franchise, go check it out. Watch it in IMAX. I would get the biggest screen.
If you're a fan, and I'm a fan too, I think there will be, at the absolute least things that you appreciate and are entertained by.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just see it on IMAX or Dolby. Have a fun time.
Yeah. We got Tony in the house. Wait a minute, I know these gentlemen right here. Appreciate you, Tony, coming in, hanging out. And Brian should, I think he'd be coming back. We got Anzo in the house. What's up, Anzo? What else we got? We got Maria. Maria saying Tom Holland's acting in the Odyssey trailer was not very good. I think it was too short.
It was too brief to. Yeah, it was too brief to make a judgment. I'll tell you what was kind of weird was John Bernthal like talking like the Punisher in the trailer.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny though. I was like, oh, hey, look, it's the Punisher in Greek times.
Yeah, it was Bernthal being Bernthal, which I thought was entertaining.
Yeah.
Or Spider-Man and the Punisher, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Is that? But yeah, it's still too early to tell. We'll see.
Yeah. He had 2 lines in that trailer.
Yeah.
That, so.
Yeah. We got T in the house and greetings. And then Collector said the only movie I really didn't like by Christopher Nolan was Dunkirk. Really? I thought that one was pretty good, but I get it. Yeah. The movie was
I get it too.
For me. Yeah.
I like Dunkirk. Probably not one of my favorites, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't even know. Like probably the ones I like the most from Nolan are in no particular order. Obviously, The Dark Knight has to be on there. Batman Begins.
Despite what Anzo says,
I absolutely adore that movie. The Prestige.
Mm-hmm. Memento.
Yeah, I absolutely love Batman Begins. The Prestige is definitely Memento, and probably Inception.
Oh, that's right. Inception's really good.
Inception.
Maria says I couldn't understand Tenet. I get it's hard with this weird going forward or going back in time while time's also going forward kind of thing. I really enjoy Tenet. I really enjoy Tenet a lot. I when I first watched it, I think I watched it like a dozen times on repeat. Like Fernando said Tenet made no sense. It made sense. It was just it is super very sci-fi and stuff like that. You know. But again, that's the movie that the people hate the most.
Mm-hmm. I think my only point of frustration with Tenet was the sound editing in the movie, because sometimes the music was going too loud, you couldn't hear what was being said.
Yeah. I'm like, I know I have Tenet somewhere up here. I gotta reorganize all my shit. But that was the main issue when I saw it the first time in theater. I was like, they need to fix this. At first I thought it was the theater that messed it up, and then I found out it was the sound. But at home, they fixed the sound for like Blu-ray and stuff like that. Like it's way better.
Yeah,
at home. But yeah, I enjoy Tenet a lot. But I get it. But also I understand completely why people don't like it. Like I'm not gonna say you're like, oh, you're crazy. Like, no, I get it. It's kind of wild. But
yeah.
Oh man, what we got? T, have you seen that? T said just got in from Jurassic World. Yeah, that says it all. But B said I'm finding it very difficult to finish Ironheart. Okay. Fernando saying the final episode of Ironheart was disappointing. Oh man, see, I disagree with that. I think that was the best one of the show. Yeah,
I really liked it. Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. I just got the grill and fireworks ready to go tomorrow. Nice. Have the grill, have fireworks, have a little inflatable pool. T, same thing. It says, I really enjoyed Ironheart until the end.
It's understandable.
Okay.
It's understandable. When people say that, because my knee-jerk reaction was to say the same thing. I had to rewatch it. I had to give it a rewatch it. But again, I know we're going to go in depth about that.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Tony says, it was a trying friend. Natalie was, I think meant to say cute, or was cut, or probably cute, and she was kind of sick. Yeah, she was pretty cute. I only give it 2 stars on my letterbox. Oh, Jurassic Park. Yeah, we'll talk about that. What else can you do with the dinosaur movie besides they break free and eat people? Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. Oh man. I watched T said I watched Head of State last night and enjoyed that more than enjoyed Jurassic World. I wanted to watch that. That's
I want to watch that with Cena and Elba.
Yeah, we should talk about that on Monday because we need so a little bit of a spoiler for you guys who are in our live chat. So we're trying to plan out so that Fantastic Four will be our 200th movie review.
Yeah.
And we're about 2 or 3 movies short of it to get there. So I forgot Head of State. We can definitely add that to the list. We were supposed to review Old Guard 1, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll see if we can get that going. But that was so disappointing. We're gonna talk about Monday. We'll probably talk about Old Guard 2. We'll do Old Guard 2, Head of State. I think that'll be good for Monday talk. Fernando said the word of mouth for Jurassic Rebirth is not great. It's going to affect the box office for this film. I think so too.
Yeah. I don't think you're wrong at all.
Yeah. But also look at Dominion. Dominion was trash, man, and that thing made $1 billion. It made 375, I think, something like that, like domestically. So, and that's all it needed to break $1 billion because it made it the rest all from international. So we'll see. Yeah. My mom said that's what people pay to see is the dinosaurs and eating people. Yeah, that's why you're not wrong with that.
No, you're not wrong at all.
That's why I think all y'all are wrong about this Jurassic World. I think all y'all wrong. What did you go in thinking it was going to be? You thought it was going to be a Shakespearean play? You thought it was going to be well written and all that stuff? No, bro. It's going to be dinosaurs randomly eating people. That's all you're getting.
See, that's part of the problem I had, which I don't want to get. We'll get into that, but yeah.
I think it's what it is. It's going to be dinosaurs. There's going to be people eating, and that's just what it is. And it was fine. Was it good? No. Well, it was fine. It's just dinosaurs. Exactly what I thought it was going to be. I didn't go in with these high hopes of like this is going to be life changing. I didn't think of any of that stuff. I just thought it would be fine. And it was just fine.
Yeah, but after watching this one and comparing it to Dominion, this one story-wise was probably better than Dominion, but I get why this one might not make $1 billion and Dominion made $1 billion. Like after watching, I'm like, oh, okay.
I think it's gonna make $1 billion. I don't think it will. Close. I don't even think it's gonna be. I don't even think it's gonna be close. I think it makes $700 million internationally. It's not even gonna be close. International is going to blow $760 million internationally. It's going to blow. Dinosaurs. People love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
My theater was full. I'm gonna think. I wouldn't be surprised if this makes more than Superman. Superman's pre-sales box office right now is at what it came down $30 million to $100 million.
I got 100 now.
I wouldn't be surprised if this makes more money. So, and it's the 4th of July weekend and all those things. I wouldn't. Jurassic World probably made check box office mojo. I'm gonna guess it made $35 million yesterday.
30. We already looked up.
Oh, if it made that much on one day, then Thursday is going to make another $30 million. It's
20 to 22 today. That's the projection is 20 to 22 today.
And then what's going to be tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I don't think it's going to be crazy high. I never paid attention to 4th of July box office numbers on the actual 4th of July. I know some theaters are open, but I know a lot of people that do, just like, hey, family movie kind of thing and stuff like that. So,
I want to say it makes $130 million.
They're saying 133 over the 5-day weekend or 5-day holiday. 133 is the projection for the 5-day. So
somewhere between that 135, and that means that's just domestically.
Yeah.
Internationally, I'm expecting it to make twice as much, $260 million. If it comes out the first weekend, guys, making over 400, beating Captain America the first weekend, it's going to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like the idea to me for you guys to say it's not making $1 billion is dinosaurs.
We'll get into it.
I don't think Superman is going to take the theaters because it's not, because the sales aren't there. So what are you going to go see?
Yeah, is this going to make more than Superman? Yeah, probably. But also, after watching this and me having, it's not even an issue, but seeing it, I was like, I don't think it's going to make $1 billion. It's probably going to get close. I think it's going to get maybe like 850, 900. But yeah,
I think it's going to get $1 billion.
Yeah.
I think the international numbers are good. If it makes 150 million this week, and let's say the rest of its life makes 75 million, the rest of its life making 75 million domestically, and it has to make $800 million internationally, I'm going to say it's going to make $800 million internationally.
That's crazy.
It made $784 million the last two movies that were terrible.
The last one made 670 something internationally.
Let's look at the one before that.
The one before that, I'm not too sure. But that one was,
because the last one, Dominion, was awful. This is better. This is better than the last two. So,
yeah, it's like story-wise, yeah. So 625 international was Dominion.
And 892 was Fallen Empire.
That's crazy.
So I don't know what y'all talking about. Like it's going to make $1 billion. It's better than Dominion. It just is. I mean, it's better than Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom pissed me off more than Dominion. It should have been good. It was just stupid. So yeah, guys, I'm just telling you, we're underestimating what international numbers are going to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but I have a reason why I think it might not do great domestic. It's still going to make a shit ton of money domestically. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
Do you know the first Jurassic World made $1 billion internationally?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dominion only made less than $700 million only because it was the worst movie I've out
of the entire franchise.
Period.
Yeah.
And I just have a hard time believing that it's not going to make. You're telling me it's going to make that much money this first weekend, and we're not going to get $1 billion?
It has nothing to do with being a good or bad movie. Has nothing to do with being a good or bad movie.
But I'm talking about international numbers.
I know
Superman's not going to get it. Is Superman not going to be released in India? Is that what it is? Is that what the word is now? Superman's not being released in India?
I don't know. I know it's having a lot of international problems with copyright.
And guess what's going to happen if it's not there internationally?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I still think Jurassic World is going to be the big July movie. For sure. Yeah. Like it's going to be number one, but like I said, we'll get into more of Jurassic in a little bit.
I really hope Fantastic Four is doing well. I hope Superman does well, but Superman's going to have problems internationally. So that's the only problem right now. If you told me Superman was going to, be in all the international markets, I think Superman could be in $850, $900 million. I think it's going to miss
That's
some.
still a
of it.
lot.
It's going to
Mhm.
miss some of the internet and some of the money, and that's what's going to hurt it. You know,
Let's see if it's opening up worldwide or what some issues it has. I'll look it up.
because I was looking at that the other was it yesterday?
But I know it's been having a lot of issues because of the original creator or something like that. His
Yeah, because he was trying to
estate.
say that you can't use this. You know, this
Yeah,
it's weird.
yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
weird. And it
It's
doesn't matter
also
what's the better movie. I don't think that even matters. I really
no,
don't think it matters at all.
no, obviously it doesn't matter. Look at, like you said, look at Dominion, look at Fallen Kingdom. Those movies sucked.
Yeah, Fallen
They were
Kingdom
just so bad.
1.3 billion, 1.3 for Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah,
I think this is about the same as Fallen Kingdom, maybe a little bit less. You know, it's right around there. So like, if at the end of the day this makes 1.1 billion, yeah, okay. But it's just the international number is going to be very big. It's not going to be like only $600 or $700 million. Like it's going to be more.
We'll see. That's why, like, next month, like in August, like seeing the final numbers and seeing where everything lands, like domestically and internationally, like I'm really curious to see where things are when everyone spends their money and goes see these movies. So.
I think Fantastic Four is going to make more than Superman, and that's all just about timing.
Yeah,
it's all about timing, and that's what's going to end up getting Fantastic Four up there.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's get into some of this so we can watch some of these trailers. Fernando said it's my birthday tomorrow as well. Nice.
Oh man, awesome. Happy birthday. That's awesome.
Well, if you stay with us for another hour and a half, we'll be on. We'll do happy birthday for you.
We'll make them sing. You know, I sing anyway. It don't even matter.
Viewer Drew, what's up, Drew?
What up, Drew?
Shit.
What's going on, Drew?
We'll talk about Street Fighter probably, hopefully, too. So the cast of Street Fighter is not very serious.
I don't even understand it, man.
What are they doing?
Yeah, it's becoming a joke at this point.
I think they're releasing these castings and laughing as they do it. Hey, watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch this.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if like WWE's like winds up being like the head production, whatever. Yeah.
WWE Studios.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We got Danny in the house. He goes, what's up, Tanga Brandman? And then so this is a while ago, so we definitely get caught up. So he came
I thought
back.
you guys would have been caught up by the time I was going. So somehow my computer put the camera on the camera, the microphone on the camera as the number one for my microphone. I was like, so what? So I had to go back into my settings, find where it was, changing off of that, and then get it to it. So it took me a long time to figure that out.
To get it. I figured because like you had like left. You just didn't like go down somehow. Oh, it's gotta be a computer issue or something. Yeah. Let's see. Drew said, awesome news to share with everyone. I finished a production on a new Lego Superman short. Nice. Featuring one of his most deadliest foes. Oh, that's awesome.
I like it.
Yeah. I always find Drew's Lego little short films are awesome.
Brandon says, Brian, Tank doesn't fly through cameras like you do. Because we'll go through click.
Oh no, I skip. I skip around. So have y'all watched the Wakanda trailer? No, did you pull it up? No. I haven't seen. I seen it's out, but I haven't watched it.
I have not watched
it. Wow.
I want a hate-free night. I don't want to hate on nothing. I want to be very open. I want to be happy. I want to smile the whole time. I don't want to hate on nothing.
Then maybe it's a good thing we aren't talking about the old guard then. Oh, I saw somebody said, the old guard 2 is out. Yeah, it just came out yesterday, I think. I forgot who said. I think it might have been B who asked, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so check that out. Yo, have you seen the new trailer 40 Acres? I think that's what it's called. It's a new black horror film. Okay. Check that one out. See if Brian can find that one or not.
No. I'm not going to my life.
I don't like how the Illuminati was wasted in Multiverse of Madness. I think in that version of the Illuminati, because I think we're gonna still eventually get the real Illuminati. Not the bootleg.
I just don't think it matters. Like, what if they waste something or not? It's going to come back. It's comic books.
Yeah.
This is what you can do. You can, doesn't matter if you die, you come back. Everything is just. They can change the character. We were just talking about Ironheart, right? Ironheart's character is totally different in the comic book. You can do that. They can just change everything.
Yeah, just do what they want. And then of course Anzo's hating the tenant sucks.
Yeah. I mean, that's
surprise.
That's what we get from Anzo, man.
Yeah. Cousin T said Scarlett Johansson was horrible. I mean, they were all kind of horrible.
I don't know if she was horrible, more horrible than anyone else. I mean,
yeah, they were all equally horrible.
I thought she was fine.
Was it? No, man. Like, I don't think any of them. I like Mahershala Ali. It's cool that Mahershala Ali got to get a movie. It got through pre-production, post-production. Everything got done and it actually came out. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. I did like him.
Bro.
He was probably my favorite character out of everyone.
He was the best father, even though he obviously got his son killed in the previous one, but he's definitely the best father going forward. Because that father, what the hell you doing, bro? What? Dinosaurs have been around for 30 years. You have no excuse. You're little when they're around doing the same thing.
Oh man, but we got Ace in the house. This guy here. So is the movie just bad or dumb? What's up in the low? So,
I don't know.
Well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
You guys, think one thing. I don't hate. I'm not hating today. This is a non-hate day.
Mama says I have faith in Dinos. I mean, they're gonna win July. There's still no doubt in my mind. They're gonna be the big out of all the three. It's gonna be the big one. I can probably skip around a little bit so we can get going. They can make a ton of money, but still be a shit. I mean, again, look at Dominion.
They don't care.
It does.
Why do you think they care about that? If it's a good movie or not? It's dinosaurs. They've had 7 of these movies, right? Like, is this the 7th movie, right?
Yeah. It's 3 parks, 3 worlds, and then technically 4 worlds.
4 worlds right now. So 3 parks, 4 worlds, and that's 7 movies. And they keep on making them because people continue to go see it. You know why? Because people just want to see dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it.
Well, T's saying Dominion was better than this one.
I disagree, but I'm not going to argue. I'm not going.
Dominion had fan service. It had a lot of the fan service. It had all the original cast, and
but it doesn't matter because all of them still made the same amount of money. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well,
the second one had none of that, and probably the dumbest thing you ever seen a kid do. Let's release the dinosaurs. What in Seattle? This is what we're gonna do. That you talking about? That's not the dumbest thing I've ever seen in any movie ever. So like, whatever, man. It doesn't matter. They're dinosaurs and they're roaming the earth. And that's all you need.
Well, we'll get into that because that whole thing of that decision all these years later. Oh my god! Yeah. Oh man! Here, so Erica said Dolores was the most intelligent character in the entire movie. Yeah, the only one that knew when to run.
I don't know, man. Those dolphins are pretty intelligent, man. I don't know.
Well, just because they stayed away from the island altogether.
The dolphins know what they do.
Yeah. Dolores was like taking off. Meanwhile, everyone else is like, let's go further in. The little dinosaur is like, I'm out of here. Y'all can die. Oh, man. Maria said Jurassic World is not making $1 billion. No way.
We said that same thing about Dominion. I just wonder.
Yeah,
people to go back and remember how bad that movie really was, and people were like, "Oh, I mean, they had talking points, going. Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, no, it was a horrible movie. Yeah, The whole plot was stupid. Everything was so stupid in that one. Everything, you know. But you had the Wanda Wise. You had a lot of that to help with the stupid story, you know. And then
it had some interesting ideas with the dinosaurs, and then just never really did anything with them. And we had the original cast back, which you know, could have potentially been amazing.
Yeah, our collector's saying Dominion was better than this one too. I'm gonna save some of these so we can get into it. Maria saying Superman is fantastic for both making more. Okay.
No.
Oh my god.
wait. Superman Fantastic World making more than Jurassic World? No, it's not. We see it's gonna have 133 million domestically this weekend. We're gonna be coming back in Monday talking about, man, can you imagine Jurassic World just made $400 million the first weekend? That's what's going to be said. It's possible that it makes more money by the time Superman comes out than Superman will make the entire time. Like, that's what we're talking about, guys. It could be at $680 million the same weekend Superman's coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
domestic, it's international it's what's gonna make, you know, Jurassic World like be the hit.
Yeah.
You know, for at least for the studio. So yeah, this one, Sarah Brandon said 40 Acres looks better than Sinners.
Yeah, I saw it, and I just decided I'm not going to even comment on it. I'm just not going to comment on it, man.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, yeah, most people don't care about international box office. True.
Yeah.
But you know who does?
The studio. Because their money spends still.
Yeah.
$1 billion can make you a positive movie.
You know, Disney, you know, the stuff they do to conform for China and their audience, it's horrible. So, well, that's what they're gonna do.
Very rare
Jurassic Summer. For super fantastic Jurassic Summer. But my American,
my bear's not even gonna say that.
I know. Wakanda trailer. Yeah, it's an animated Wakanda, Eyes of Wakanda.
Yeah.
So.
I was like,
that was okay. That was B asking about Ogar too. Yeah, I mean, watch it. Especially if you're at home maybe watching movies tomorrow.
I like Ogar 1.
I did too. So, I did. Ogar 1 was I had a lot of fun with it.
If you want to review Ogar 1, I can do that.
Yeah.
No problem with it at all.
Yeah. We can do that. We can review Ogar 1 tonight and then review Ogar 2.
Are we gonna have time? Talking about Jurassic,
I know.
Jurassic World and all these trailers and Ogar, Ironheart. Ogar don't have to be tonight.
Well, we don't need to watch the Odyssey. We don't need to watch. We already talked about the Odyssey for a good 30 minutes already. And the Cat in the Hat, we don't need to watch that.
You don't want to watch the Cat in the Hat? What's wrong with you, man? What is wrong? You know you're gonna. I'm gonna tell Lucas about the Cat in the Hat, and you're gonna go see it.
Dr. Seuss is not allowed in this house, so I'm good. Where's Eric? If she's still in chat, be like, that Dr. Seuss crap out of here.
It doesn't matter. Animated stuff is opportunity.
Yeah, it's animated.
Except for this. I ain't seen the Smurfs movie. F that.
No. Oh God. Honestly, any of the Smurfs movies. Of the Smurfs movies.
Have you seen this trailer? The one with Rihanna? It is so awful. I cringed watching it. It was awful.
Nah, that looks so horrible. Oh man. Yeah, we kind of need them for Secret Invasion. Yeah, talking about so as soon as Burning Man comes back, we'll watch the Burning Man trailer because I do want to watch that. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Ali was not in the movie enough, in my opinion.
I mean,
you're not wrong. You can never have enough Mahershala Ali.
Yeah,
the character they had him as wasn't going to be a main guy. You can say he's in there with all the other ones because they're all dead. Spoiler alert! They got eaten by dinosaurs.
Yeah,
in the Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, here Maria said, "Don't forget about the Smurfs." I will forget about it.
To.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And Beast pushing this 40 acres. Said the second trailer I saw on Facebook today was better than the first trailer. Still look hot though. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Brian is on what today? Excuse me. That's funny. All right, let's watch this Running Man trailer because I only got to see it at the theater, but I was also like the food was coming in and I was eating and not really paying attention when the trailer played. I was like, because I knew I was gonna watch it with you guys anyway. So filming me. Let me but I am like super excited about it just because I heard it's gonna follow the book closer and is directed by Edgar Wright. Like sold.
Oh,
Sold.
hell no.
What happened?
Looking at this 40 acres.
Oh.
It was released yesterday.
You are all about that 40 acres trailer, aren't you, Brandon?
Yeah. It was guaranteed Brian will wind up singing a song from the Summerson movie.
No, not that man. No, I don't even want to talk about the trailer. It's so bad.
T says Running Man is going to be in my top 5 of the year. I already know.
I don't want to even talk about it because I saw the trailer. Did you see the B? You saw the trailer? The whole thing?
I did. I saw it yesterday with Jurassic World.
Me too. Yeah, I watched it. I was looking at details. So
Running Man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's check it out. Then we get into all the other stuff. Let's go. What is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. We have another trailer reaction for you guys tonight. We're going to be checking out the new Running Man remake with Glenn Powell. Who else is in this one? Josh Brolin's in it.
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo's in
Michael
it. Yeah.
Cera.
No, that's right.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's a big one. Edgar Wright's directing it, so yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for sure. But let's check out this trailer and then talk about it for a little bit.
Stop filming me!
Ben Richards, 35, married, 1 child, in medical crisis.
We need money for a doctor now.
Ben, watch yourself.
Employment status, blacklisted. But there's still a way out for you. It's the biggest show in the country.
Bloodlust is our birthright! Set it free! Welcome to the Running Man!
People in these games never come back.
I'm not trying to get myself killed, so kiss my ass twice.
Right there is why you can win this game. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down. And get your family out of Slumside for good.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise.
That's the spirit.
This is America, goddammit! And we don't put up with no bullshit! Yes! Hunt him down! Stop filming me!
Have you ever wondered if this game is rigged?
Guess we'll find out.
You might be moving up too fast.
Hey, buddy. You're on Freebie.
You better run!
Oh, that's an awesome tracking shot.
I got a grenade!
Back at you.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
Are you crazy?
November. Okay.
I'm for it. I'm for it. It
Yeah.
already had me at Edgar Wright because I love
Exactly.
Edgar Wright. I love his work. Scott Pilgrim is one of my favorite movies. I love Shaun of the Dead. Like, I love Hot Fuzz. I even like The World's End. I like everything he's done on some level. So when I heard he was doing this, it all seemed to kind of come together pretty quickly when it was announced that he was making this movie. Yeah, Edgar Wright. He's my big sell. That and the cat, and then just I was waiting for the trailer. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks like action wise, it looks super kinetic. Like parts of it kind of reminded me of Crank, the trailer.
Yeah.
And I like that they're going for like an adaptation of the Stephen King story rather than remaking the 80s Running Man with Schwarzenegger. And like I said, just the cast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is going to be awesome.
Yeah. What are you, Ryan? What you think?
Sometimes I don't want movies to be about anything but having fun. Sometimes I want to go to a movie theater. I just want to enjoy it. And, you know, I feel like this just looks like a great time. Something I'm going to just enjoy watching. So, yeah, I'm all for it. Question, how I don't remember. Why does everyone have a gun? How does everybody have guns? Shotguns, you know what? This is what I don't understand. You know. But besides, it just looks great. Looks fun.
Well,
so.
Yeah. What did he say in the beginning? Like, America don't mess around or whatever he said. So there you go. Yeah, exactly. It's America. That's why. Well, yeah, it looked good. I liked it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but it's Edgar Wright, you know, so you know it's going to at least look good. I like Glenn Powell. I think he's a pretty fun actor, you know. So is he like the greatest actor? No, but he's fun, you know, and I think he knows his lane, and something like this is right up his alley, you know. So
yeah,
I'm sold.
And it's interesting that we're seeing like how he handles leading man roles here and there. Because what was the other one, the Netflix one?
Hit Guy or something like that.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. And now this, and we know he can be good in an ensemble or a supporting cast role, like with Twisters and Top Gun. Yeah, so
I mean, the dude has done action. He's done rom-com. You know, he does like kind of goofy, funny movies. Like
he's had serious ones like Devotion.
Yeah.
So like I think Glenn Powell
he's got what it takes.
Run the gamut and shown that he could do any type of movie that you're going to want him to do.
Same.
So I'm all about him, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I like the dude.
Yeah. So you know, this one looks good. I like it. I think I'm sold. November, I'm definitely be watching. I enjoy the original with Schwarzenegger, so
I still rewatch the original from time to time.
Yeah. So, but this one definitely looks a little bit more different, which I'm all for.
It's doing its own thing, you know. You know, so I can't even really comfortably compare the two. And
yeah. But yeah, we'll get into everyone's comments in a second. But if you're watching on the replay, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about The Running Man with Glenn Powell with Edgar Wright behind the camera. Leave a comment. Let us know. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come and join us every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday when we talk about trailer reactions like this, movie reviews, and other fun nerdy stuff. But we're gonna get into everyone's comments right now. So everyone in the live chat, stick around. We're gonna move on to your comments.
Thought you were gonna say Wednesday again.
I know, I almost did. Let's see what you guys are saying in here. I think Maria said Glenn Powell is a better actor than Schwarzenegger. You're not wrong.
Different, You know,
but they're different.
They're very they're very different.
Arnold didn't speak English, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Arnold went about his career the smart way. He knew his lane. He stuck with what he was good at. You know, think what you will of his like later career before he started running for office, but you know, he knew the kind of actor he was, and he was good with selecting roles that suited his style and range.
We just talked about Glenn Powell being a leading man. How many leading man movies does Arnold Schwarzenegger have? A lot.
Yeah.
He has a lot. So like when you really get down to it, doesn't matter, you know. Everyone thinks like it matters, you know, if you're a good, great actor or not. I think it just matters sometimes that, you know, you
how
made
likable you are,
and people enjoy your movies. And when you go to a movie, they're flocking to go see you because they can say, everyone get to the chopper, or you know, I'll be back, or whatever it is, you know. Exactly. You know, so those are just things. Sometimes that's enough. And you're iconic. Sometimes it's better to be iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great actors that never make any money because they never get into a movie.
She said, I love Como Domingo as the host. That's a good fit.
Who's the host in the original?
I cannot remember.
I didn't remember.
I was trying to pull it up. I could not find it.
Yeah, I have to look it up. Oh, Richard Dawson. Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
that was Richard Dawson.
Yeah, R.I.P. Richard Dawson.
Yes. Wow.
It was like right there. Like if I would have went one more comment. Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, that fit perfect. I don't know who said it, but I laughed at this one because obviously he's making fun of it. He goes, nope. He goes, he's got a black wife. I don't want to see it's too woke. And little laughy emojis. He's definitely making fun of, you know, things that certain people are gonna complain about. Yeah.
There will be people that complain about it.
Yeah, but this one was funny too because I feel like Mr. Beast is only 5 years away from this. He's like 5 months away from this. What are you talking about?
You're talking about that was last week. What you talking about?
Like it took him like what, a year to do like Squid Games after the first season or something like that. So yeah, he'll definitely do a Running Man thing. Yeah, 100%. Especially if the movie does well and it's like really popular. Like I feel like it's a Mr. Beast waiting to happen.
Sponsored by the Mr. Beast Bar. Come and buy one.
They're moldy Lunchables. Edgar Wright is a can't miss director for me. Yep, agreed.
Yeah, I'll always be a little disappointed that we never got to see his take on Ant-Man because it sounded like it could have been awesome.
Ant-Man 1 was really great because of Edgar Wright's influence on it.
Yeah, they kind of ran with a lot of his they followed parts of at least parts of the blueprint that he left. I don't know, something about him doing Ant-Man just fit.
Yeah, the goofiness.
Yeah, I'll always be disappointed he never got to
finish it. Have his release the right cut. Oh man. Mama Bear said looks fun. Ace says because the director I'm checking this out looks interesting. Okay. Yep. And then did I miss the yellow tracksuit? No, he was like, it looked like he was in like a black and red one.
Black and red one. That's what I saw.
So I do miss the yellow tracksuit.
Oh, I do miss. Oh yeah.
I could see it popping up as an homage.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a guy like Schwarzenegger ran past in the yellow tracksuit.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
That'd be cool. I'd be good with something like that.
Yeah.
Like a little nod to you know, even though this is doing its own thing, I'd be good with like a little nod to the original.
That's what Ace is saying. He goes, let's place our bets when Arnold's going to show up in this movie.
Minute 8, right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning?
Right at the beginning.
I can see them doing like a video of explaining what the Running Man is, and he's in that video somewhere. You know what I mean? I can see that. It would be
cool if they have this scene or like one of his scenes where he's like fighting one of the other contestants.
Yeah.
Like just he is Sub-Zero. Now playing Zero.
Oh man. It still kills me that the original Running Man had 2 governors in that movie. Predator. Original Predator. Also.
Yep.
Yeah. Who is Coleman Domingo? He was the
He's a very cool actor. Do you
Yeah.
ask me who is he?
or who he was in here. In here he was
He didn't say who
the
was Coleman
Yeah.
Domingo. He said
who
who
is.
is Coleman Domingo. So I think he's acting. Who is this actor?
Man, he was I'm just looking at like right here, like Ma Raimi's Black Bottom. He was in the Electric State. He might have been a voice then.
He's probably a voice, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was a voice in the Electric
Yeah.
State.
The Madness, 4 Seasons. He was in the Spider-Man cartoon recently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Voice of
He's in
Norman
that movie I
Osborn.
don't talk about.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Nope.
Yeah, Birth of the Nation. He was in Assassination Nation. Without Remorse, he was in that with Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, he was in Lincoln. It was in 42.
What's this, Selma?
I feel like he might. Yep, he was in Selma.
Like I feel like I feel like it was in Selma. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says he in the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. We were sitting here talking about it. I mean, I know he was in what's that movie that I want you guys to talk about? We talked about If Beale Street Could Talk.
If Beale Street Could Talk, yeah.
He was
Yeah, he
definitely
was in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, he
So
was the Black Norman Osborn in that cartoon. So it's
In the
just what
cartoon.
it is.
Mm-hmm. He's mostly a supporting actor, mostly, for a lot of things he's known for. But he needs to like be a true leading actor.
Mhm.
How old is Coleman Domingo?
He's got to be pretty old.
56.
55, I was gonna guess.
55.
56 is probably right.
Let's see, pull it up. It was 55, yeah. So yeah.
But you're right. He's not a leading man in a lot of movies.
Not a lot of stuff. No. He's a good actor. He's a really good actor. Really good actor. Arnold's is my man. He's the coolest guy. Arnold is fun. He's fun. Oh yeah, he's Fear of the Walking Dead.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in that one. Yep. Fernando said this movie looks very dope. It looks good.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, it's gonna be something that's gonna be crazy going on. You're gonna just enjoy the experience.
Yeah. Although I forgot about that. This happened earlier today. Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
Passed away, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He was a cool actor. He was a really good bad guy in everything he played.
He was a really good bad guy, or like a good like neutral character at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked him.
Was it not Kill Bill? Well, he was in Kill Bill. What's the other one? Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
He's from here.
So
he's born in
he's Reservoir
Chicago.
Dogs. Yeah, he's a Chicago guy. Yeah. Him and Reservoir Dogs always be my favorite when he like, I don't want to spoil it, but I guess this movie is what?
It's
15 years at this point. Not even.
Reservoir
Early 90s?
Dogs? I'm talking about it is like 30 years old.
30 years. Shit, man, I'm old. Well, but he like slices the dude's ear off. He's like, "Hey, can you hear me?" Like that's like so good. But he's like dancing around, slicing this dude's face off. Yeah, it sucks, man. But he was definitely a staple in a lot of Tarantino movies.
Yep.
That sucks.
Rest in peace. Definitely think about his family. I know
Yeah.
that those are the things that matter the most.
Yeah.
His sister's an actress too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Virginia Madsen.
Oh.
She's in the first movie. Out of respect, I won't say the name of for Brian.
Yeah, you better not. All of a sudden, you'll see him just leave. Where did he
For
go
real
here?
For real this time.
But she was the main character in that.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty good actress.
Okay.
Yep.
Still shows up and stuff on and off.
Reservoir Dogs was made 33 years ago.
Yeah. Yeesh.
33 years
1 second,
ago.
guys.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild. Where's Anzo said he was a leading man in that Netflix movie. Yeah. I just looked up the madness or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
like I
think
said,
they're
like
doing practice laps for NASCAR outside.
that's awesome. I know it's annoying for anybody trying to sleep, but I mean, it is kind of cool.
Yeah, I always find it really cool, especially like having a front row seat to it.
Yeah, I don't like it
look
messing
out
up
your
my.
window.
I don't like it messing up my travel.
Oh yeah, for you.
Yeah, no, that sucks.
Everybody
and
else
even for someone like me who takes public transportation anywhere, it just clogs up the red line, different to the different train lines.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
And then I was like, "What movie can't we say?"
I will not say that out of respect for Brian.
Yeah,
you'll see, and then all of a sudden I'm out.
I part of me wants to say not the name of it, but describe it. But also, if I feel like if I tell Anzo, he'll start saying it.
He is definitely the most poke the hornet's nest guy I've ever met. Because I thought I'm the most poke the hornet's nest guy, but that's definitely Anzo.
There's definitely like some things you can easily say, and you're like, boom, that's the movie, you know. But I feel like Anzo will definitely poke the bear.
Yeah.
I figured out the movie. Yeah. Please tell.
I'm afraid I cannot do that.
He's gonna want. He's trying to get me out of here. That's all it is.
I think Dogma was about as old.
I love Dogma. I love Dogma.
I think
Dogma's great.
Was it 25? Because it was going around. It's
Isn't it 30 years for Dogma?
Was it 30 years? I know
it's coming up on 26.
26?
26 in November.
Was that?
Because it's going around.
It's 99. That was right out. I was starting high school. So yeah.
Yeah. It's it made its rounds in theaters again this earlier this year, I think. So also Jaws is its 50th. That's
Did you see the popcorn bucket?
I wanted the cup. They ran out of the cup at my AMC. I wanted the cup because I'm like, that's a cool cup. I like that one.
The bucket was literally the shark eating something else, like eating a shamu inside of his mouth. Like that was the bucket. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was cool. They didn't have that either. They had the steel, like regular just bucket, not the shark head one. But I was thinking Eric had never seen Jaws. So I'm like, we should go see it. Like it's a good movie, man. It's like really, really good. It's like scary, but it's not scary because like the monster's scary or anything. It's just the suspense.
It's the build-up.
The build-up of it all. It's like
that's when you used to know how to do that. I mean, it's the greatest like music, like
yeah.
I used to play that all the time, man.
Yeah, it is a classic. That original Jaws. It's really good. So I don't know. I'm trying to get Vincent to go watch it because it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Erica's gonna be mad at you. She sees this.
Well, we were talking because they played the trailer. It's back in theaters. They played it for Jurassic World. She's like, I never seen it. I was like, we should go see it. Like,
why would you let me watch this scary movie?
T said Jaws is my wife's favorite movie, and I don't enjoy it at all. Really, not at all.
He says it's too slow.
Too slow. Oh man. But the whole build up is
that's the whole point. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like you don't see the shark for majority of the movie. It's just like it's there. I mean, the movie was so influential that like people after the movie, like people started hunting sharks. Like to the point where like on the West Coast, it was becoming a problem. They're like, hey, like sharks aren't gonna fucking attack you. Can you stop going out and killing sharks, please? Like it was that much of an issue, where people thought like sharks were just killing people at beaches left and right. There we go, Anzo. Oh my god. The first one he leaves. The second one, you might get a temporary ban. Oh man, Bruce the Shark. Yep, Bruce the Shark. I forgot. There's somewhere. was it New York? I think someone bought like one of the props or something for Bruce the Shark, and he's like hanging up somewhere in like some movie museum or something, and he's massive. So yeah.
It's so weird. We're talking about all this stuff. I was listening. We're talking about a blue whale because we're talking about dinosaurs and all that stuff. And I'm talking about the blue whale. You said the blue whale is the largest mammal ever, largest animal, not mammal, animal ever on Earth. And I was like, so how big is a blue whale? And I realized it's literally the size of a football field.
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah.
So, how can a thing be the size of a football field? And then I thought about the Jaws eating a blue whale. Like, yeah, no. A blue whale will accidentally eat Jaws and think it was krill.
Yeah.
Swim away.
That was an episode of Bob's Burgers buying the shark. Yeah. Yeah. Was it when Top Gun came out, it was a spike in people joining the Air Force. Yeah. But that's how like influential movies were like back then, man. Like people like lost their minds when they saw like something scary or something like this, where Top Gun was so inspirational that everyone wanted to go be, Iceman and Maverick, So
you don't think that it's still that inspirational, that's it's still that much importance?
Films? Some, not as much, because I know with this last Top Gun movie there was a small little increase, but it wasn't as much as
because it was an old guy saving the day. Now imagine you're the young person. I think it's changing.
Yeah. Because the blue whale is not bigger than the T-Rex.
The D-Rex, yeah.
Oh, the T-Rex. It's so stupid. The Meg was a terrible shark movie. The Meg was stupid. Was it the Meg 2, I think, when he's on a jet ski?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But that's nothing
so
compared to Sharknado. Come on.
Oh my god. The sperm whale is the loudest animal. None of them. Yeah, and it trashed the whole damn city. The poor Teddy Ugly. It made poor Teddy ugly. Oh man, the T-Rex isn't walking around today. No, they said a D-Rex.
Yeah,
D-Rex. That's a Jurassic World reference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are we getting back to the trailers? Yeah, we'll get back to it. You want to watch one more trailer? Or you want to talk?
Whatever floats your boat.
It's all right, like 11.
15.
Yeah. I want to talk about this Jurassic World movie a little bit. Oh,
we
man.
got two things to talk about. We got this
No,
trailers.
the trailers.
So whatever.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Jurassic. Because that's. I mean, so many people are gonna go see it this weekend, so I might as well try to get that review out ASAP. But yeah, where we at? Shit, my bad. I'm all kerfluffled right now. All right, cool. Bring up. I think I have that up, and I have the box office for Jurassic World, or at least projections.
Yeah, because I already know you have that.
Yeah, it's only like 1 day. Yeah. All right. And I think I found the thing that you were looking for earlier with the Ironheart stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I think so. So yeah, we'll talk about that too. But let's talk about this Jurassic World Rebirth. Let's go. All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Stan Kramer with Brandon Grizzly, Brandman Brandon, and we're going to talk about right down here Jurassic World Rebirth, the 7th film in this franchise. It's just crazy.
Yep.
Possibly a start of a new trilogy.
Like the Expendables, guys. It's like the Expendables.
It never ends.
It's like Fast and Furious at this point, right?
Yeah, seriously.
Dinosaurs in space, guys. Don't know. It's coming.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They're so close. But we'll give our ratings at the end, talk about our likes, our dislikes, and then we'll also talk a little bit about Rotten Tomatoes, box office, and projections and stuff like that a little bit later as well. But if you're watching on the replay, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come and be part of our live reviews when we talk about these movies on Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. With that all said, let's jump right into a quick synopsis of what this one's about. What you got, Brian?
Zora Bennett leads a team of skilled operatives to the most dangerous place on Earth, an island research center facility for the original Jurassic Park. Their mission is to secure genetic material for dinosaurs whose DNA can provide life-saving benefits to mankind. As the top secret expedition becomes more and more risky, they soon make a sinister, shocking discovery that's been hidden from the world for decades.
Yeah. So technically this does take place after Dominion. They give you a quick breakdown of what's going on, which I'm sure we'll talk about that as we review it. Technically it is just a sequel. It is a continuation of the story. But let's start with we'll start with Brian. What are some of your likes about this one?
It was fine. I mean, the dinosaurs looked fine. The story was better than the ones that we had the last two times. It wasn't focused around the family; it was still focused around the dinosaur part of it. I thought that was a good thing. It looked cool. I thought they did a good job trying to highlight the father aspect. So I think Mahershala Ali did a really good job. We saw the picture of his son up there that he was holding, and he was talking about his wife and how they had to get a divorce because they couldn't look at each other because they feel like their son. So something tragic happened when he was doing something with them, taking them on an expedition or something to that point. Thanks, Cleves. So I thought that was good, especially when you kind of comparing them to the father, who was the worst character in the entire movie. So bring his kids there, but I thought that it still was overall fun and a good time overall.
Okay, what about you, Brian? Man, what's some of your likes?
I think it mostly followed the kind of standard Jurassic movie formula to an extent. I liked the way that it started. I liked the cast. I think Mahershala Ali's character Duncan was probably my favorite character. I liked Scarlett Johansson. I think she's good in pretty much everything she shows up in. So I was fine with the actors. I think the ideas of it with like more kind of like hybrid dinosaurs and like mutated dinosaurs had a lot of potential to work with. I like that it was a little more self-contained than the previous three Jurassic World movies. It didn't necessarily focus on building up to the next one. I like that I liked a lot of the set pieces. I thought they were really cool, really well put together. I like that it at least tried to kind of go for more tension, kind of as a callback to the original Jurassic Park movies. From a directorial standpoint, I thought it was really well put together, and I like that it wasn't as reliant on nostalgia as the other three, and just kind of pivoted and did its own thing.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Or was that it? Wasn't sure.
That's it for me.
Okay. Then real quick, shout out to Delta Dan showing off his 3-month membership.
Delta Dan.
And what's up, crew and chat? Hope y'all have a happy 4th. So
appreciate you, Delta. And Delta Dan doing his thing.
Yep. And then obviously Cleves coming back in, being a member again. Always appreciate that, Cleves.
Awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. We appreciate all you guys coming in. Supporting us like that. So thank you guys so much. And then collector, happy 4th of July. Yep.
Happy 4th of
July. But getting back into this one, Yeah, my likes. I thought visually looked awesome. The new dinosaurs, the mutated dinosaurs is kind of cool. The Duncan, which was Mahershala Ali, his character was, I think, my favorite by far. He was just like cool. There is funny in this, like some comedy, funny moments, I should say. I think it meant to be funny too, because sometimes like you're like, it's not supposed to be funny, but you still laugh. This, I think it was meant to be funny at times. So they did a pretty good job at that. But yeah, I like it's just its own thing, like that's it. It was like it didn't really set up like two more movies, very much like the Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World did, kind of set up other stuff. This, it could and probably will, honestly. But if this is just by itself, I think I'm cool with that, because it is a standalone story, like Brandman said. So yeah, but that's about it for my likes. We'll jump into our dislikes. What are some issues you got, Brian?
Acting?
Question mark.
I think some of the side characters weren't great actors, and that's just what it was. And and I will say the dinosaurs were the highlight. The highlight of this entire movie were the dinosaurs, and everything besides that was a little bit lower or lesser because of it. So as you look around, you're looking at like all the rest of them. No one really enjoyed anything else. So I feel like they kind of missed the mark just with that. They could have done more. I think it was a little slow. The first half was all over the fucking place. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah. I didn't know what we were really doing in that first half of the movie. It was just stuff happening. I was just like, okay, what the hell's the movie? The idiot, the father is the dumbest father I've ever seen. Like, it doesn't. He said for 30 years dinosaurs have been around. We already knew for those 30 years that they are there. So how do you tell me you've been back and forth through the equator all that time? Does that even make sense? The answer is no. So like, I don't know what the thought process was there. I understand how come there's always more islands that they've not discovered. I don't. And this time, this island here.
They discovered this island. It's just, wasn't it like all the world governments were like, you can't go to these islands. Like it's forbidden because it's so dangerous.
This can go anywhere on the equator.
Yeah.
And, but I was like, these islands no one's been there, but no one's even enforcing these laws that they're trying to make. I didn't understand that either. So I mean, it's just a long list of things that could have been better. But at the end of the day, it was dinosaurs, so whatever.
Yeah. Then real quick shout out to Deuce with 5 more gifted members. So if you're not a member, make sure you click something. It should be there somewhere so you can click, so you can claim your membership. Deuce, you need to click it yourself. You need to become a member with all the gifts you're given. But Deuce, you are awesome. We appreciate it.
The greatest, the GOAT.
Yeah. Oh, here, talking about dinosaurs.
Oh, I like you, pussycat. Yes.
There we go. We appreciate that, Deuce. Thank you so much. Oh man. All right. Brandman, some issues you had with it.
It was a pretty generic plot. They did like a lot of generic horror movie tropes with the characters doing a lot of stupid or naive things. Brian said the father character was the worst one in the movie, and I agree with that to an extent. But I hated the teenage daughter just as much.
Oh, but that's just all teenage daughters. That's just what you get with it.
Everything's stupid. that she could have that a character could have done, she did.
Yep.
There were parts. I try not to yell at the screen for like courtesy of others. And every time a dinosaur ate someone, there was this really like annoying old woman next to me who kept screaming. But like there were times where I was wanting to scream at the screen at this teenage girl. God, she was a freaking idiot. It probably at the least engaging plot. I do not give a shit. I'm sorry.
This is how
We're all this way. We're
yeah,
Maria,
very
I
annoying.
don't care. I'm sorry. I don't. It didn't do. It also didn't do enough with the hybrid dinosaur idea. There was a lot of room there.
Did they do anything with the hybrid dinosaur idea?
Barely.
And then here's my real question. So they had to get DNA from these dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs they're getting DNA were hybrids. So why did they need the hybrids DNA? I didn't understand.
Those weren't hybrids. They were the biggest of their.
Brontosaurus thing had that long tail. That was a hybrid, right?
No, I don't think so. I think that's
not how brontosaurus look, right?
That's not a brontosaurus. It's a titan something.
I assume it is. Okay. I thought they were all
a Titansaurus.
Yeah,
Titansaurus has a long tail like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's okay.
And I'm not sure I like the way the D-Rex looked.
Yeah, the D-Rex was obviously hybrid, and the other things that were there with the wings and the jaw.
Yeah, that's definitely a hybrid.
Those were hybrid.
That was definitely hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the D-Rex almost looked like I couldn't decide if it looked like a xenomorph from Alien or like it looked like a mutated ball sack almost.
A lot of people said it's the origin story of the oh my god, the Rancor from Star Wars. I saw that a lot.
And yeah, I think those were my things. It also started out like really it started out like solid, and then like midway it just started dragging for me. And then kind of near the end, and then after it dragged a lot longer than it needed to, it felt like it was finally ending mercifully, and then it kept going. So in other words, it was basically the movie equivalent of a Metallica song.
I saw you said that. Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm kidding. I like Metallica. Most of their stuff.
That's funny. Okay. I mean, I'm there with you guys with it all. I mean, you're not wrong, Mama Bear. Technically, they're all hybrids because
they are from Tree Frogs.
Yeah, from the original. But yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I think this is the first time like they really kind of touted that aspect.
Yeah,
kind of put it in the forefront of the plot.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing worse than where you like put something in the forefront plot wise, and then you don't run with it. I think it's frustrating.
They could have done so much more with it, and I just feel like there's not enough talked about.
Yeah,
how did they know these hybrids? Did they know who these hybrids were beforehand? Before they got there? Like I don't know. It's a lot of questions I had.
The information that they have is very random. Like, oh, this is where they tested shit. Or what did they test? I don't know. It was like, what?
And another thing that I was let down is this had a lot going for it. To where it really hooked my interest, because I had checked out after the last two Jurassic World movies in particular, because I had fun with Jurassic World, but Dominion and Fallen Kingdom I just didn't like at all. So I was ready to check out until I was reading up on this one, because I like the director Gareth Edwards. He's done a lot of stuff that I like. He did Godzilla 2014, which like once it got going I really liked, and he did Rogue One, which is a movie that I absolutely love. So when I heard he was in, and then David Koepp, who did the first two Jurassic Park movies, was coming back to write it, I was really interested in. I don't know. I think because I had such high hopes, I kind of shot myself in the foot by getting my hopes too up.
Yeah,
I didn't have high hopes at all. So that's probably why of us three, I'm the one who's like, it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So here I want to, because some of my issues are kind of what some of you guys in chat are saying. Where Cleve said it didn't really make me care for the characters. Yeah, which
they're dying. You're
humans,
like,
I really didn't care anyway. I didn't have much hope for caring for characters in Jurassic World movies. You know, if it does, cool. If not, whatever. They're just food at that point. Delta Dan said, when we're gonna see Jurassic Park movie when the military goes Rambo on these dinosaurs? I mean, at this point, it's like they're becoming such a problem. It's like, why don't you just exterminate them? But then they kind of make a point in this movie where it's like, you kind of don't want to do that. You know, it's like unethical. You know, and they pointed out that a few times in this movie.
I want to see Jurassic Park versus Predator.
Ooh. We might get that in the Badlands, though. Just saying. Then the collector said, I thought the boyfriend it was in the movie was so annoying, waiting for him to get eaten by a T-Rex or Velociraptor. Yeah, so the boyfriend was
he was intentionally that way.
Yeah,
which is super don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes it's more than to meets the eye than what you originally think.
Because when she fell off board, he without a second thought went right in there. So it might be because he is so stupid, that he did it, or brave. There's a very thin line.
I don't think he thought about it.
Yeah, I'm interested in this growing trope of go walking off 12 blocks to go piss.
So that's another
what
issue
is going on?
I hate that. It's like, I gotta go pee. So why do you walk a mile downhill? What? Like, go behind the tree right there. Like, not even just like what?
So I'll be right back, guys. Why don't you turn around? I'm gonna pee right here. Y'all turn around
off the cliff or something. That's insane. Also, all right. I gotta give a quick break. Deuce coming in with a $20 super chat. Saying well, keep in mind I put y'all on peak all year. Severance, E33 Sinners, you have been told.
Hey, I love Severance.
Oh, and solo leveling. And solo leveling.
You're right about solo leveling. I was checking that out. Wednesday, I was talking about it on Dynasty Pylon. I was talking about solo leveling. Nice. And I thought about Sinners, and so
I
gotta give Deuce the respect he deserves because he is the GOAT. So that's
all greatness. Let's see. What you got? I'll play this one for him.
He's the best. I love it.
He's talking about.
Figure reminds me of a GOAT.
And the GOAT.
He's the best. So the GOAT.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome. Deuce, you are truly a GOAT, man. We appreciate you so much. The $20 super chat, man. Thank you so much.
You're awesome.
Oh, man. Yes. Yes. Oh. Let's see. Mama Bear said, I don't need to care for the characters. They're nuggets for the dinos. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why it's going to make a lot of money, because people just want to see people get eaten by a dinosaur. Stupid people. Stupid people.
Why? So now Collector said something on why I think this movie might not make $1 billion. It took forever to see the first dinosaur. And when we saw the first dinosaur, we saw very, very few. This might be the movie where we saw the least amount of dinosaurs. Out of all 7, this might be the movie where we saw the least amount of dinosaurs. We saw the T-Rex once. At the very end, I was expecting the T-Rex come in and save the day like how he did in Jurassic World. Because the T-Rex is the badass. I want to see, T versus D. That sounds stupid, but that's basically what the movie would have been. But
T versus D.
Wow. The T-Rex versus the D-Rex. But yeah, it just sounds funnier with the T versus D. It just that's what I thought. I thought Mahershala Ali was gonna do his thing, blah blah blah, and then the T-Rexes were gonna come in and bam, we're gonna have the big fight between the Rexes, and we didn't get that. I was like, really? We're skipping on the budget or something? I don't get it. That's my biggest issue was I didn't really care about the characters. We got what we wanted from Scarlett Johansson. She was in a crop top for a good chunk of the movie, and
Yeah,
then
she was.
and then that was it. Mahershala Ali was a badass. Everyone else was stupid. But the main thing was I wanted dinosaurs, and I feel like I didn't get a lot. I got some cool scenes. The T-Rex scene was kind of cool. I wanted more. I don't get how that rat survived.
That T-Rex was a hybrid because he was swimming.
He was swimming. He was mutated. He was mutated. That was my thing. It was like he was mutated. His eyes were different too. Were interesting. But yeah, it was just that was my biggest issue of this whole movie was not enough dinosaurs. We saw kind of velociraptors for like literally 2 seconds.
It was not long enough. You didn't have enough dinosaurs. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw pictures of dinosaurs when they talk about the dinosaurs all being at the equator, but you really didn't see the dinosaurs until like really see them up front until halfway through the movie. So
because the first one was the big fish one, the big whale one, and it was cool, but it popped out of the water every few moments, And then after that, it was a while. I think we saw Dolores, which was this little baby dinosaur, and stuff like that, but we didn't see a lot of them. And that was my biggest disappointment of this movie. I wasn't expecting Shakespeare. I wasn't expecting any plot, especially after the last two. But why the last two made so much money was there was so many dinosaurs. Insane amount of dinosaurs in Dominion and in Fallen Kingdom, especially in Dominion. The dude was riding a motorcycle with raptors in the middle of like India or something like that. Like it was insane how many dinosaurs we got in that movie, and they really.
There were so many.
Yeah, and that might be my biggest issue. Where I was like, I wonder if people are going to be disappointed because, we get the D-Rex, which was cool. I thought he looked stupid as shit. Don't get me wrong. It looked like
I don't think he looked cool
trash. At all. But I thought it was cool because once you saw how big he was, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, he looked like a dumbass. It looked like somebody just slapped together like a bunch of shit and like, hey, look, hybrid. It was like, yeah, okay. But yeah, that was my biggest issue was not enough dinosaurs, and it took a long time to get to our first dinosaur.
Well, the first one you seen it up front, but you did see other dinosaurs as you're going around when they're talking about them being in the
traffic jam. In the traffic jam, we got that one. It was kind of interesting that the Bronchiosaurus was barely able to stand up or didn't stand up.
Yep. Well, even just in the beginning when they were showing them, at the equator, you saw dinosaurs there.
It was animated though, wasn't it? Was it like animated dinosaurs
when they showed them towards the whole equator part? When it was like when they went to the news part thing, and then you saw little pieces of the dinosaurs, or you saw the pterodactyls like in the sky or something like that. But you didn't up close until you saw the one that was dying.
That was the first one, which I thought that was interesting. I'm like, okay, it's cool. But then they didn't really like stick on that too much. He literally just drives right past it. So yeah, I mean this is my biggest issue is just not enough dinosaurs. Not enough dinosaurs fighting each other either. Like the T-Rex gotta like display its dominance. And we didn't get that.
Yeah.
So
didn't even do anything with the raptors. You think we're gonna see something with the raptors, and then they get soloed by that like pterodactyl hybrid.
And you know what? And then because we saw the raptors when he walked 10 miles to take a piss, and we saw the raptors kind of behind him, I'm like, and then it triggered my memory. I'm like, is Blue dead? I'm like it just like I thought about it. I was like, we just spent 3 movies about Blue.
Probably not. You're just talking about the fact that dinosaurs don't die; they can live over 100 years.
Yeah,
Blue,
though. Blue was hanging out in like North Dakota or some shit, like there's no way Blue and his family survived, right? So yeah. Even that I thought that was stupid too. So it was at the beginning they tell you blah blah blah, and then pretty much every dinosaur around the world that was released in Fallen Kingdom, because they have to be free, they all fucking die. They're all dead, and the only ones that survived are in this very specific locations along the equator, because that's where the environment is the least changed from when they were roaming the earth back in the day.
It's a tropical thing.
Yeah,
The entire
makes
world would have to
sense.
be tropical. So
I
totally
get it.
understood.
But you just completely undid what the last two movies did.
Yep.
You're just like, hey, remember that shit you didn't like? All right, cool. That's all. We're taking that all away. Well, I was like, wait, but those movies made $1 billion each, and now you're just like, F them. I mean, but the stories did suck, so I'm not angry, but yeah. So I don't know. Frano said, I find the family in the movie very interesting and annoying. Yeah.
Just the fact that they were there was so annoying.
Yeah. She like trains a dinosaur to come sleep next to him. Like, what? And everyone around him is cool. Everyone around him is cool. It was like, oh, okay, whatever. I was like, what? Get the damn thing out of here.
With
Like,
licorice?
drop kick that thing. Like, oh man. Yeah, not enough of Ali. I agree, but it was what he was. You know. Yeah, the mutated dinosaur looks stupid. Agreed. It looked very stupid. Oh man. But cool. Let's get into our ratings with this one, then we'll get to some more of the comments and stuff. Bring this up, but here we do things nice and easy. Now, later, never. Now means you go watch it right now. Later means you can wait till it's at home streaming, and never means just skip it altogether. Brian, what you giving Jurassic World Rebirth?
I want to say now, because there's dinosaurs and you go in there looking for dinosaurs. This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get dinosaurs. At the end of the day, I'm going to say later. I'm going to say later, even though this is a blockbuster and people are going to. If you're going to go see it, I advise you to see it in the movie theater. But I just don't think you need to rush out to go see it. So I'm gonna go later.
Okay. What about you, Brian? Man, what you giving it? Oh, did he freeze?
Honestly, even though I didn't necessarily hate.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
I don't know why that happened. Even though I didn't hate this movie, a lot of the tropes admittedly kind of annoyed me, especially in the case of the family. It was just I was just really let down by it. It didn't really like wow me as much as I was hoping with all the talent behind it. I kind of want to give it a later, but I can't, so I have to give it a never.
Oh wow.
It's a lot better than the other Jurassic World movies. It's a huge improvement over them, especially the last two. But
so how you give that never? You say it's better than the last two.
I mean, the last two were like should never happened.
But the last two were absolute
Dominions
trash.
awful.
Yeah,
Dominion's absolute trash. But I don't know. It just really doesn't do anything impressive at the same time. So I have to kind of give it a never. I could say later. It's definitely watchable, but
it's not awful.
But you can never watch it and not miss anything.
Isn't that any movie?
No.
I mean, the seventh in the franchise should add some kind of lore, and it really didn't. Besides undoing, I guess. I don't know if that really counts.
There's probably only 3 movies that have been a 7th in the franchise that actually added lore. Most of them by that time are just doing the same thing over and over again from the first one. Because what else are you gonna do? They're dinosaurs. They're dying. They need to die, and they're gonna eat people. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless they learn how to swim or go to space, and then we talk about Fast X.
Yeah. It did have Scarlett Johansson in a tight tank top, which was awesome. But other than that, I wasn't really. That was the only thing about it that wowed me.
But wow is what you put it for now. That's why never is well. I mean, but that's your opinion. So I'm not gonna talk to you about it.
Oh man. And for me, like I have a lot of issues with it. But I'll still say you watch it at home. Watch it at home. It's a movie you rent once it's out on Fandango or something like that. It's you're like, oh hey, cool, it just came out. Let's check it out. Because you can be on your phone on your couch, for the first like half an hour. That's
Yeah.
I mean, there's some cool parts. There's some, I mean, I'm not gonna, give it any like big praise with the cool parts it has, but it's definitely just a later, because I think at home you'll have a fun time with it more than you would at a theater. If you're into the franchise,
because people were clapping at the end of my movie. People
oh
were
damn,
clapping.
bro.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
My theater was packed. People were really, because you know what it is. At the end of the day, it's just dinosaurs. And I was watching it on the extra large IMAX, right? So it just looks amazing. So what's the point of going to a movie theater to see it? Just to see it on that.
I would say
screen.
go see it on IMAX. I didn't see it on IMAX. I went today on Thursday, and there wasn't that many people in it. It was maybe a third full. And people were definitely not clapping at the end of my film. They were laughing. There was a lot of laughter at the end of when the lights came on.
We had cheers. People were like, "Yeah!" I was like,
"Oh man, no!" We had a lot of people laughing.
The woman next to me when it ended clapped. The one who I mentioned who kept screaming throughout the movie, but she was the only one who did.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So you said the woman like in your movie theater was just like
just into it.
That's
that was her.
I almost wanted to be like, "What are you doing?"
Like,
but
you're embarrassing yourself. Sit down. Well, yeah, but yeah, it's I think the most later that you can get, but yeah, but I think we'll finish that there. We'll get into Rotten Tomatoes and box office and some more comments in a bit. But for everyone watching the replay, we want to hear from you guys. So leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about this movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Where you think it's going to be in the box office when it's all said and done? Is it going to hit a bill? Is it going to be right under? We want to hear from you guys. But leave a comment. Make sure you come and join us every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday when we talk about trailer reactions, movie reviews like this, and other fun nerdy stuff. But we appreciate everyone coming and hanging out with us in the live chat. We want you guys to stick around because we're going to move on to all your comments right now. All right, let me see what you guys are saying.
No hate all day.
I didn't hate the film. I didn't hate it because there's some parts where I did cringe when he was eating the damn Altoids. I was like, the first one was kind of funny because it was, but the second one was like,
a lot of people liked him. They said it, he brought a lot to the movie experience, and
I like the character. I thought the character was interesting. Because he was like the nerdy guy. He was like, he was the
he studied under Grant. That's what he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Studied under Grant, so it had that connection to the other movies.
And that's what I thought. It was like, oh, he's that nerdy guy like from the originals, very much. So
Lawrence asks, will F1 or Jurassic World take the top spot this weekend? Jurassic World's going to make 4 times more.
Yeah, F1 had its run. F1 had its run. You got to figure. So just yesterday, July 2nd.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. On top of it, it's not even like the holiday yet. People were still working full days. Thursday, people were doing a lot of half days. But just July 2nd, it made $30 million domestically. $30 million, which is like
it's going to be like around $50-55 million before the weekend starts.
Yeah. Worldwide, F1 is at 166.
Jurassic World will beat that this weekend.
Yeah.
Domestic-
Worldwide.
Domestically, it'll make.
Yeah, you figure domestic F1's at 77. Just in one day, it's a little under half. So yeah, F1 is taking a big backseat.
Yeah,
it's taking a big backseat. I don't even know if it's going to be number 2 because I think How You Train Your Dragon might still come in and sneak away. Because I think you're going to get a lot of the kids.
F1, I think
on the
we're
weekend
going to follow Brad Pitt. I think a lot of women, older women, are going to want to see Brad Pitt. So I wouldn't be surprised if F1 still gets $30 million, you know, and How to Train Your Dragon gets, you know, 12, 13.
Yeah. Where How to Train Your Dragon's at 466 right now.
It probably makes what, $20 million this weekend.
Try to see. Miss a weekend. So yeah, so it made 84 first weekend, 36 the second weekend. The third weekend it made 19 and a half.
So it's not even gonna be close. F1's gonna make it way over.
Yeah. Let's see where we at. Definitely was a F1 over Rebirth again. No one's at $1 billion yet. No, I think you're right. I don't think anybody's at $1 billion.
I mean, was it Niza?
Yeah, but there's a lot of controversy about that. That is it though, because like it's
all from one place,
China. Yeah, so. You know, and then China, the actual government is releasing the numbers, so there's a little asterisk on it for sure. Yeah, and then Travis is in the house. What's up, Travis?
What up, Travis?
What's going on, Travis?
A collector gave it a never. Deuce is saying later.
I feel like you guys going in thinking that it was going to be good.
I hoped it would. It had enough going for itself.
Yeah. Fernando said never as well.
I didn't go in thinking it was gonna be good. I went in thinking it's gonna be dinosaurs. I think that's what I've said about it's got dinosaurs, guys. So that's all I think I've ever said. So if I go is thinking like I'm gonna see dinosaurs and I see 11, 12 dinosaurs,
You'd still have dinosaurs and still be good, you know. See the first movie.
You could, but then then you're making almost multiple $1 billion. You know,
good dinosaurs.
You get a good movie with dinosaurs. Now we're talking about 1.8, 1.7, 1.8 million dollars. You only have to be good to get 900 million.
I'm just worried like this Jurassic is becoming less Jurassic and more intense and more hybrids and stuff like that. You know, because the whole thing with Jurassic World was the first thing with the let's say the other hybrid that they created in Jurassic World, and Dominus Rex, whatever. Yeah. So, yeah. You know, so I was like worried, like, are we gonna start getting away from dinosaurs and there's gonna turn into dinosaur-like monsters? You know, like, is that the next step of what we're getting into? I don't know.
I'm done. Honestly, I feel like this franchise should be done, but if it makes $1 billion, it's not gonna be done.
It's not gonna be done.
Because people are going to continue to go see it.
Yeah. Mama Bear said now. Did you already see it, Mama Bear, or are you gonna see it?
I think it's a later movie though. I just think that's what it is.
It's watch it at home.
But people are going to go see it in the theater. People are going to go see dinosaurs in the theater because I remember they're little boys that love dinosaurs. You were a little boy that loved dinosaurs. Guess what they're going to go do? Guess what my movie theater was full of? The boys that love dinosaurs with their little toy dinosaurs. I'm telling you guys, that's what's going to drive this. Do I think it's a good movie? I can't lie to you and say it's a good movie. It's just dinosaurs. You know, it wasn't a terrible movie either.
No, it was.
better than the last two, but
Yeah,
the last two were just trash. So
yeah, it was a definite improvement over the last two. Just I guess I was just
said Lauren said, "Hey, Minecraft was good. It did really well. It was terrible." No, I hate Minecraft. So
yeah, but
I hate
kids love
Minecraft.
Minecraft more than
I hate
dinosaurs.
100%.
I hate Minecraft because of the memes and behavior it spawned.
You think internationally kids love Minecraft more than they love dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Yes, at this point in time,
Yeah,
considering what
right now.
I look at international
Much-
numbers. They did $500 million, and it's going. I'm telling you, we're going to get to like 750 to 800 billion dollars. 800 million dollars. And I'm telling you, it's going to be. I think kids still love. I think we're far away from it. That because we don't see it in our face, that we're far away from it. You don't think that boys still love the dinosaurs the way they do.
The issue is adults also love dinosaurs. Adults don't necessarily like Minecraft as much as they like dinosaurs. Adults like dinosaurs more than Minecraft. Kids love dinosaurs or
love dinosaurs
Minecraft more.
too.
Love dinosaurs, but they love Minecraft more.
You spell more. I think it depends on what type of kids you're talking about. I think you're talking about American kids, sure. International,
No.
I don't think people give two.
Minecraft started international. Like Minecraft
and
is a
you
global
don't think,
thing.
I think kids love dinosaurs no matter where.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I'm not saying that.
I think it's going to. And I think kids love. I think that's what's going to drive it. I don't think it's going to be just adults. It's going to be, and that's why I think it's going to make this $1 billion. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm. There was not a kid in my theater.
Oh,
again,
like
but I went at 4. I went at 4 on a Thursday. So.
It was 14 kids in my theater.
Yeah, I saw one family with kids, but I went later in the evening, like around 8.
Yeah, I feel like definitely tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah,
5:30. It was kids everywhere.
Where we at? Minions had bad reviews and still made money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then that a lot too. Minions, you got a lot of teenagers. Yeah. Teenagers were in on the meme of it all too.
Mm-hmm.
So
and plus it had legs anyway, just with the Despicable Me name behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Jurassic World has a name behind it?
It does, but
billions of dollars.
It does, but the last 3 were also not very good.
You say 3, but the third one almost made $2 billion.
Yeah,
the first one. I mean, so like I don't. The first Jurassic World almost made like 1.78 or something, 1.8. Like so, like I don't think I'd agree with you. The question is not is this movie good, because I don't think this is a good movie. I just don't think it's a terrible movie. I think that people love dinosaurs. I think the franchise compared wise, it's going to be a lot.
Yeah. So Kevin's saying it's going to go to 800 to 900 mil.
I think so too.
Not a bill.
No. International audience will push it to 800 to 900 million. I think domestically will be. I think international will just by itself be 800.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think domestic. It might be a hard time for me to get to 200 million if it slows down after this weekend. Mm-hmm. I think it will, but it'll be a hard time to get to $200 million. So we'll see. If it gets to 240, yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah.
If it gets to 240 domestically, it's going to be it.
Brandman knows what's up, ScarJo. I mean, that was a selling point for sure.
And people will go see it because of that.
Like I said, if dinosaurs ever go to space, I'm out. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's just be a crossover.
It's gonna happen.
This is be a Jurassic World Fast X crossover. He goes fast, they turns back the time,
and
then next you know it goes to prehistoric LA.
Prehistoric times.
And it goes, you're gonna have family.
We have there's an old 80s cartoon called Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs? Shit, I don't know. But it was like
Dinosaurs. Yeah,
Dinosaurs, right? Yeah, Dinosaurs. So which were like space traveling dinosaurs. So don't think that won't happen. Just saying. Oh man. See, I'm skipping around
I
a
still
little
love
bit.
Predator versus Jurassic.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Kevin said, Tron, Ares, Predator, Badlands getting to have promotion at this year's San Diego Comic-Con is a good decision. Oh, heck yeah.
Especially if Marvel's
Especially
not going to
Tron.
be there.
Yeah.
Take over. If Marvel's not going to be there, take over. Yeah.
Do all your other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Purge.
Oh,
like that.
That's a comment.
Yeah, right. I love it, Travis. Oh man. How much is the Jurassic Park franchise paying you, Brian?
To say that it's going to make a lot of money and it's an okay movie.
I mean, it's gonna make
if you
a
want to pay
lot
me to
of
do
money.
that,
Yeah.
if you want
Right?
to pay me to do that, I'm okay with it. But I mean, that's it. It is.
That's funny.
That's the best movie of the summer. Nah.
Yeah. Oh man. Zootopia 2 and Avatar Fire will make $1 billion. Yeah.
I don't know. Zootopia.
I don't know about Zootopia 2.
Yeah, I don't know if that.
Avatar
kids
for
don't
sure.
wanna see it.
I need to see more trailers. The little teaser was kind of okay, but I think they need some more trailers.
My
We
kids
got the
didn't
Cold
like
Lords.
Zootopia. Though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking. What are you gonna say?
Me?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that the same thing with Zootopia.
Oh yeah.
I need more trailers for it.
Yeah. We got Cold Lords in the house. What's up, guys?
What up?
Yeah, Fast Series by Universal is the same way. Or Fast Series. I know what you meant. The Indominus Rex. Yeah.
Indominus Rex. Yeah.
And that's what I was expecting, because you had the Indominus versus the T-Rex. Like, like there's a big fight, and I'm like, oh shit, but we didn't get that. I really thought that was gonna happen, but save it for the next one, I guess, right? Colo said Ting building the movie collection to his left. So I had all these movies. I just decided to put them on display because I had a blank wall there. But I have a bunch more upstairs, so because this is pretty much full now. But nothing compared to yours, JR. Yours was wild,
stupid.
Yeah, you have a legit entire wall. Oh man. So I saw one group of kids, maybe their early teens. Okay.
That it was families with lots of little boys all over the place.
I see your comments, B. I'm gonna save it for when we talk about Ironheart in a little bit. Alien versus Jurassic, it'll be awesome. 65, yeah, 65 was kind of start doing something like that.
That was a terrible movie. So yeah.
65 could have been awesome. That was so bad.
It was a great idea that they couldn't work.
Yeah, it could. So
yeah, I was getting Turok vibes from the trailers.
Oh man.
And
Dominic's Rex and
Tyrese the Dactyl. They write this up.
Tyrese Pterodactyl. Oh my god, that's funny. It's funny. Yeah. So only 2 people got eaten the whole movie.
No, man, the entire crew got eaten, right?
Oh, a lot more than 2 people got eaten. Yeah,
it was.
Let's do a count. So there was the scientist at the very beginning. There was the mercenary. Francis from Deadpool got eaten next.
Yeah, he got eaten.
And then
the lady in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lady, and then the one girl with the buzz cut, and the one French dude.
Yeah.
The helicopter full of people.
There's a
and
few.
the easy.
The helicopter full of
and
people
the evil
too,
businessman.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like 8.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
8 people that got
But
eaten.
that was another like thing I thought was like really, really stupid. So they set up this this thing. Sorry, with Francis, right? I forgot what was the Atwell or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, here's these vials they're gonna kill a bunch of dinosaurs, you know, that can like whatever it does to one. I forgot what it did. So I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be like a problem, you know. And then the dude is very trigger happy, like he's ready to like kill, you know. None of it matters because in the next 5 minutes he gets eaten, and like the professional guy, like he misses every single shot. Like he just sits there, unloads all these damn vials of toxic whatever, and none of it hits. And then he gets eaten. And that entire time we spent with him, like wanting to kill people, and is it ethical to kill dinosaurs? And then none of it mattered. I was like, why? And then also, why have a fairly well-known actor to be in the movie for like 5 minutes?
People want to be in Jurassic World Park movies. Jurassic World.
I mean, I guess. I mean, even if it gets like a percentage of the box office, I guess maybe. But yeah, it was. I thought that was kind of silly. I was like, wait, none of that mattered. None of it mattered. Yeah, please stop with the Jurassic Park movies. They need to.
They're not going to. I mean, if it makes money, why would it stop?
Exactly.
If you don't want them to make any more, don't go see it.
Exactly. As we never got the dinosaurs with laser beams. Not yet. Not yet.
Just wait. There's more.
So did you know that dinos were discovered in 1800? So that means George Washington never knew about them. Yeah. That's funny. Oh man. There was one thing that the nerdy doctor guy said of like 99.9 of all species on Earth are, you know, when extinct or are extinct, you know, so it's like just counting down the moments for humans. I was like, damn. The last few Jurassic Park movies have been in the decline box office wise. I mean, technically you're not wrong, but also you're going from 1.8 billion to 1.3 billion to like 1.1, you know, like billion. So but technically you're not wrong.
If this one's better than that 1.1, does it hit 1.1 again? I'm just telling you that I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And so I think that's the biggest issue is there's not enough dinosaurs. And I think people are going to get like, kind of upset about it, especially international. You know, it was like, where's my Baloo? Where's my Velociraptors doing cool shit? You know, the T-Rex doing cool fights. The T-Rex couldn't even take out a damn raft. You know, the raft survived the T-Rex. Like, what?
the T-Rex, the teeth could not puncture the raft.
Oh, I laughed at it. Erica did say, like, well, it is from Engines, the company, and Engines is like they work with dinosaurs, so obviously maybe they made something that would
to make sure that wouldn't pop. Yeah,
I was like, okay, using your logic.
What are they made out of? Adamantium, though.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like
chewing gum.
I think. But yeah, that was one thing. I'm like the raft survived the T-Rex attack. I'm like, okay. Oh,
if
man.
it really makes 133 million this week, and international is really as big as I think it is going to be, I don't know. It could be crazy. It could be crazy.
I'm thinking international is going to be somewhere around like 6 to 650. That's where I'm thinking international.
So you think it's going down lower from Dominion? You think it's going lower because it was
Dominion was 650, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you said 6 to 650. So you think
it's going to be in that range?
You think it's going to go lower?
It's going to be right around Dominion, I think.
I think it's going to be over.
But the domestic, I think, is going to be a lot lower.
I agree. I think domestic
for Dominion was what, 3 something? It's going to be like maybe, like you said, maybe
I'm
a
little 240, maybe.
Yeah, 2 to 250, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. But I think international is going to be way higher than what you guys are saying. So But we'll know after the first week because the first week we'll see. And if it's only, let's say it's only $120 million, then you know what it is. But if it's $220 million, then we're looking at it different.
Got a good chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it makes $400 million the first week, we just know.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm saying like the absolute lowest this movie makes is 800. And that's like absolute. It's going to probably go, I think it's going to get closer to like 9.
Yeah. I don't know how it gets to 8.
Yeah. But all right.
It's already 12:12 and we haven't.
I know. Is there an end credit scene in episode 6? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, let's get into Ironheart and then we'll call it a night.
Hold on. Actually, let me get tea real quick. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Go for it. I know why he's getting the tea. Oh man. Lawrence says I'm gonna say like 500 mil. Which that's definitely a low end international number. Just international number for a Jurassic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mama Bear said it's set to make 15 mil for the weekend in the UK alone. Yeah. I think it's gonna have a good weekend for sure. I mean, international is not gonna be a shitty number. Yeah. So all right, Collector. Have a good night, man. Appreciate you coming and hanging out.
Have a good night.
B said, I'm almost done, but I'm updating my thoughts to y'all. Yeah, if you're talking about post credit, you're almost done, and we're gonna start in a little bit. That's Sully. What's up, Sully? Said at least it's better than the last 2 movies.
Yeah,
that's not saying much though, right?
Yeah, because the last few were absolute trash.
Yeah,
they were just so bad.
But the last one specifically was very much a fan service.
Mm-hmm.
Very much fan service. I mean, they literally make the logo in the movie. Like it's like a circle, and then the T-Rex like walks through it and stops for a second, and it keeps like they made the logo of Jurassic Park and World like in the movie. I was like, okay.
And I'm like, seriously?
Right. Yeah. Oh man. All right. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Also, I don't know if I said what's up, Horgy? Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. So this Horgy said it's not reaching $1 billion either. It's probably 700 to 800. I think it's gonna be a little more than that.
I think you guys are really underestimating what's going internationally.
I think on certain markets, Superman might hit it, not crazy hard, but it's gonna like keep it from certain markets. The ones, at least the ones that Superman is allowed to be in.
It will matter.
Yeah,
I think the ones that matter are going to be.
They're already saying it's already on a decline international with China this time around. So, where'd you read that from?
Released? I didn't know it was already released. It was
I know
earlier.
The movie was getting released the same time as I think worldwide was all the same day. I think.
So how can I always? I mean, okay, whatever.
Well, it says here. Where we at? It says 9 hours ago from deadline on Thursday, China added another 5.6 million. This is 9 hours ago.
So Jurassic World Dominion had a strong opening in China of $53 million. Wow, that's Dominion. Okay, that's why I'm saying, what?
No, it's Jurassic. This is from Deadline from a few hours ago. Jurassic World Rebirth off to stomping good start overseas. Global reaches 56.5 mil across first day international box office.
Yep.
So already just the first day it made 56 mil.
That's I don't see it, guys. I don't see a way it's going to be under $1 billion, but maybe you guys are right.
No.
Maybe
my
I'm
bad.
right.
My bad.
Maybe.
That's the global number right now is 56. So
it's
overseas,
only
26 from 38 international box office markets combined with the domestic 30 mil. It's at 56 mil on day one.
So Hong Kong, this is the biggest opening.
Yeah.
Since Deadpool Wolverine's the biggest opening period. Korea is the biggest opening they've had all 2025. UK and Ireland, the best opening of 2025. Just off the Fallen Kingdom opening.
Yeah, China alone did 5.6 mil.
Yeah, so like these are big numbers that are going to hit us. Yeah. But we'll see. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, and they're saying Scarlett Johansson is a highly ranked star actress in China, which I did not know that.
I'm just thinking it's going to make $1 billion, but maybe I'm wrong. Whatever, we'll see.
Yeah,
I think we're going to turn back and be like, oh, look at that number. That's stupid.
So it's supposed to be 82 offshore markets this weekend, and then Japan is in August. Japan opens up in August.
In August?
Yeah, which is weird. But Tuesday, Hong Kong it started in Hong Kong on Tuesday.
What if we're both right now? If Japan is open to August, and it's only a $950 million, and then
I don't know.
opens in Japan. How does that work? Like, and then all of a sudden you get $50 million in Japan. Does that?
I don't know how big Japan is when it comes to like box office numbers. I know China is like the big one. China and America.
Because there are 3 billion people.
Yeah. Well, also just the number of auditoriums, the number of screens is like I think it like double or triple than the United States.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's interesting. I saw Brandon Davis's thing. But yeah, all right, let's get into Ironheart and then we'll call it a night. And then Saturday, we're watching the next Harry Potter. So you want to come hang out? Maybe we'll do some trivia or something, some Harry Potter trivia. Find some cool trivia. That was a fun time last week. So we'll do it again with the next movie.
Lauren says Japan loves American movies. When I was there last year, saw it on 3. It was packed, and it was in English and Japanese subtitles.
Woo, Harry.
Woo.
Wow. I just don't know how big Japan's box office is. Like how much can it make? I'm not saying like it's bad or good. I just don't know. I never really paid attention.
I can't sit there and tell you I have any idea either. So
yeah, I don't know if it's gonna make or break the billion. China, on the other hand, it was like, oh yeah, that would definitely make or break. A box office number.
They said Jurassic World Rebirth is only going to hit about 270 million this first weekend.
Okay. Global. That's not bad. I mean, that's solid. Because if they're saying 1/3, so they're saying another like
another 130.
Another 130-ish.
It says all in Australia, Brazil, Mexico, Netherlands on Thursday. Friday goes France, India. And they said 82 markets over 3 with Japan joining in August. Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see. I mean, like it's gonna make a buttload of money. It's gonna make a buttload of money. It's gonna end up being one of the top 3, maybe somewhere for sure in the top 5 most box office, biggest movies of the year, if not in the top 3.
I'm gonna say it makes 1.05 billion.
1.05.
Yeah, which is still a lower number than the band.
Yeah, Lauren said usually around 15 to 20 million for Japan market. Okay, that's a decent number. That's a decent number. Oh man, really. When Birdman comes back, we'll talk. Ironheart.
Have mine. teacup ready
Yeah.
for it.
Oh man, but yeah, like I said, I'm just really curious to see all these movies, like where they end up. At least the big three for July. You know, to see where they all go, because the Jurassic World and Superman, I think, have the weirdest thing because they're back to back. So like at least between Superman and Fantastic Four, there's that week in between.
There's
But
2 weeks.
no, because this week is Jurassic, then the 11th, technically the 11th
Next
is
week
Superman,
is Superman.
and then the 18th, the big one releasing on the 18th is I Know What You Did Last Summer, which like that's gonna like
So it's the 25th for Fantastic Four.
and then
So
and
it's
then
just
25th
2
is
weeks.
Fantastic Four.
So 2 weeks between Superman and Fantastic.
Oh yeah. I was just thinking like weekend wise, but yeah.
It's still 2 weekends, right?
Well, I guess because that comes out the 11th, so you count that 11th and then the 18th.
11th and the 18th. There's 2
So
weekends.
Yeah. So because then that 18th, I Know What You Did Last Summer is not gonna have a chance. Like it's gonna be a battle between Jurassic's third week and Superman's second week, and it'll be interesting to see where things sit there.
How much does it have to make to be good? I don't know.
Wow. It's so crazy at this point. Oh, see, it's Scooby. All right. Avatar 2, they got about 32 million, and that's one of the biggest movies.
Damn,
You got 32 million from that market. I mean, that's pretty decent. They could have kept the end credit scene. That's fine. All right, let's get into Ironheart. Then we'll and then get going for the long weekend. For everyone's 3-day weekend. All right, let's talk Ironheart because I'm sure Brandon Davis got some stuff to say. All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. We are here talking about episode 4, 5, and 6, the back half of Ironheart. We got these last episodes this week. So we get into the finale of it all. If you haven't seen our first part, I'll put a link right above Brian's head so you can go check that out and see what we thought about the first 3 episodes. But the second 3 episodes, we'll start off with Brandman. What you think overall for the show? Or for the last 3. Yeah.
I liked how it expanded the universe without necessarily like feeling like bait to like another season or like a different movie or that sort of thing. So I liked how it did world build, but at the same time it was self-contained. I liked the characters, the protagonists in particular. I was very fond of Zelma. I thought she was a standout. Like I loved her whole aesthetic with like her glasses and the beanie and stuff like that. And I just liked that character. I would like to see more of her. If they do Strange Academy, I'd love to see her there. There were like some of the emotional stuff with her seeing the with like the flashback of like little Riri and her dad. I thought that was pretty well put together and kind of hit me. I liked that. I liked how they kind of did a lot with the idea of Riri being her own worst enemy and getting in her own way more than anyone else getting in her way. Especially with the way it ended. That kind of grew on me like as it sunk in. Because at first I was like, what? And then upon rewatch, I kind of liked it a little more. What else? I'd say those were my main things. I liked how it was very much to the point with each episode.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really waste any time. Those were my favorite things about it. I liked the big reveal that had been rumored for all these years. How that finally happened. That was pretty entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, those are my likes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get more into that. What Brian said, we'll get more into like details in a little bit. But what about you, Brian? What you think about these last 3 episodes?
So I went into these last 3 differently. I'm not going to compare them to the way I think the character should be because they have already introduced the character. So it's going to go off of what they are giving us, right? So I enjoyed specifically Leroy's Hawkins or the Gary, the father character. And most of those episodes. So when you saw the flashback, when Natalie showed that, and for Riri to finally open up and wanted to see the whole thing and share that with her mother, and remember and how she really saw Gary, and that was her dad, and how he reacted to her, and how he opened her up and knew that she has a one-track mind, and he kind of broadened her horizons. I thought that was superb. It was superbly done. It was really important to be able to see that, and I sometimes understand how important a father could be in those aspects. I think that was huge, and the meaning that the way he connected to everybody. I thought that was incredible. I think it was so very important to her development and her being about Chicago and wanting to stay in Chicago and bring all this wonderful stuff to Chicago because of what he brought. So I thought that was really, really good. I enjoyed that part. I thought her fight with the rest of the group was interesting. I just don't understand how these 2 girls who are beating up MMA fighters is losing the Riri.
Oh yeah, yeah. The muscle. I was like,
what? You losing? She's beating up all you guys. Like what? She's without a suit. Yeah. Oh man, that was interesting. But the fact that they went back and checked on the other guy and saw that he really was dead. I thought that was interesting. I was happy. It was Rampage, right? So they went and checked the Rampage, and that was part of the turn for the story. I thought it was interesting seeing Parker and kind of how he had his own problems, and seeing it with his father, like how his father treated him, and then kicking him out at 12 years old. And he's rich, and that's what created this drive in him because of all the things that are happening. Understanding his motivation was good, but I felt like it kind of lowered him as a villain, if that makes sense. But it was interesting to see, seeing his actual motivation, and then the kind of the last things that we saw with Mephisto at the end. Those were all good things.
By the way, his dad kicking him out at that age, that was messed up, and blatantly saying, "I didn't want you." Like, dude.
Yeah. Which is I'm kind of interested in like that backstory a little bit more.
It shows because it's familiar trauma. That trauma's huge.
But also it's just like, here's his dad, but then here's his cousin. So I was like, is that like a distant cousin? It's like, because where's the disconnect between being rich, like is and the rest of the family, you know what I mean? So it could be the dad is just a dick and cuts everyone out of his life, kind of thing, where he's the only rich one. Meanwhile, everyone else is just like normal people, possibly. But
I mean, I think it had to go with a lot with Anthony Ramos's his specific cultural background. He's Puerto Rican, but he's definitely from African descent. He always talks about that. So like that's why they wanted to kind of highlight that cultural aspect of him. So that that's kind of how it was. But all
Yeah.
interesting things.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall, the last three I think were okay. There's some things I wish they would have done differently. Like the contract thing was just kind of like, yeah, it's like, oh, really? Like that's it? Like I thought it was gonna be more.
Who doesn't
because
dive? What am I? Oh, you're not gonna miss it. What am I not gonna miss?
Yeah. Oh, not even that contract. Like the contract that the hood gives to like these people. It was like, okay, like if it's just that,
It's
like
under
that doesn't
duress,
hold any
and-
water.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what are we doing here? Yeah, and also, yeah, no one's gonna ask like, oh, what do you want? Oh, nothing you're gonna miss. My pinky, like what? Like what am I not gonna miss? Like like I need a little more detail here, So yeah, I thought that was kind of like whatever. I kind of enjoy like her dealing with trauma, or at least trying to deal with trauma. Like because she has the trauma of losing losing her stepdad, losing her best friend. Like it's also the mom, dealing with trauma of losing her biological dad. I don't think they said it, but I think in the comics was like he dies from cancer, like when she's like a baby or something like that. Which obviously he's not in the picture, so there's something that happened there.
But this is totally different from the.
Yeah. They don't even bring up the dad really. So I'm just assuming like, with that, he also died, but then you got the stepfather dying, her friend. So the mom is also dealing with this trauma where like,
well, she lost one and then now lost the next one who stepped in and was help raising her daughter and lost him too.
Yeah.
And then her point, losing her father from that point, it's just so much trauma that continues to happen to that family. Oof.
Yeah. And yeah, it was just I thought like how they handle it was interesting because like other people were actually handling it and Riri was more of bearing it deep down, like I'll deal with it later, kind of thing. So like stuff like that. Visually though, I thought the visual effects were pretty spot on. Like for being a show and having other shows really look like trash, visually, like I thought this one was pretty good. Like not quite movie quality, but it wasn't bad. Especially her being in an iron suit. For a good chunk of the shows, like it didn't look horrible.
Making it 4 years ago.
That's maybe they had to keep touching it up every year. I don't know. So yeah, so my biggest issue is that Fernando. I see you too, but Brian and me were talking, and I kind of like his theory a little bit more, but also I might have some issues if but we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, it was not a bad finale. The last 3 episodes I thought were pretty good, but same thing. The fights, some fights were cool. Riri fighting the twins. It was like
doesn't make without your suit, without anything, no gun, no knife, and you just winning.
I mean, I did like that ultimately she did win because she outsmarted them. But it should have been more of that throughout the whole fight rather than like, punched her in the neck and ran away. It was like, like that wouldn't even work. And then the flame chick, kind of thing. So I don't know. But any issues you had with it, Brandman? Or just I don't say issues because I'm sure there's a lot of issues, but any parts that were like kind of stood out for you, good or bad? Besides the finale.
Like kind of like my cons, what didn't work for me.
Yeah, or what didn't work?
The Ezekiel character was very kind of all over the place and inconsistent. I think his shift felt obligatory rather than organic. It was just like, oh, we need a secondary antagonist. I think I definitely agree about the scene against the other crew members You know, the fact that she was able to go toe to toe against these MMA, you know, people who've been spending years and years fighting and beating the hell out of people. And, you know, she basically takes them on by herself. That the final 5 or 10 minutes did kind of feel like a rush job. You know, they just wanted to like cram a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We don't, I feel a little uncertain if we're going to get any payoff to the way that it ended. And if we do, when and where, you know, because it's pretty evident that this season's going to be a one-off. They kind of tried to, they kind of like filmed it, sat on it for a couple years, and then just quietly released it. So I'm kind of wondering where they go in that regard. It felt like they were annoyingly kind of trying to hint at a romance between Riri and Xavier, which just didn't need to be done at all. And
why'd you have a problem with that?
I didn't have a problem with it. It just didn't. You could cut those scenes completely, and nothing would have been missed or felt different.
Okay.
I didn't hate it at all. It just felt like it just felt obligatory on the end of the writers. And I think those were my big glaring ones.
Okay. What about you, Brian? Because I know you had a lot of issues with Riri herself as a character and some of the things before. So I don't know, did any of that change?
No, so I don't think she ever became heroic.
Yeah, agreed.
And if this is supposed to be a hero's journey, and you're talking about character development, even in their world that they put it together, I don't think they gave her a hero's journey. I don't think she learned from any of her mistakes. She might open up a little bit about her trauma, but she really didn't learn anything. And then fell right into it at the end. And I just don't like the way they did that. I don't like the way they did the ending. I tell you.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the stuff was like, a lot of the stuff just didn't make sense. It felt rushed overall. Like this was supposed to be a 9 or 10 episode show, and you said we're gonna do all the things that were going to be done in these last three shows, and I don't like it. So it's like compounded my problem with what they did with the black girl and the way they show her, and then what they don't highlight. They kind of fix a little bit because they show her being able to take a car and rebuild this thing on the fly and believe in herself and all that stuff, but that it's almost like she's only intelligence. Now doesn't have any of the other things. She doesn't have anything else. And she doesn't even have the people that are around her and understanding that are sharing with her to try to open her up, and she still chooses the wrong thing. I don't like the way they did that. If you're trying to make her a hero, and we know who Riri Williams is, if you read I hate going back to the comics, but if you know anything about the character, that should not have been what we did. And that bothers me. I think 4 and 5 were some unbelievable, some good storytelling. I was interested in the storytelling part of it. That 6th episode, I just really did not like. And I think they really hurt the main villain. And the last villain fight wasn't even a villain fight. Like, he should have been a lot more powerful than what he was. And that was awful what just happened. Like, I was like, I was able to sneak up on him. And he was turning into this like almost vampire type of thing.
Demon kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it coming out of him. And she was able to peekaboo and take off his cloak. What? Like, this is what you did at the end. So like, I don't want to be negative just for the sake of being negative. I want to enjoy it, but I feel like they did it a disservice, and it could have even been better if they gave it a little bit more. And I think, if Marvel wasn't trying to sweep it under the rug, it would have been given that extra. And then by the time we would have said, hey, this is what happens when you do a Marvel show or movie or anything, and you don't do the rewrites. You don't care about enough to do the rewrites. If we did rewrites, I think we would have got even a better show. And then at the end, you would feel like the journey was complete.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my biggest problems.
Yeah. Talking about the comics. Yeah, we know they don't read the comics because it's nothing like it. Yeah, no. and I think we learned that from Wakanda Forever. It's just completely different. It's name and style only. There's no actual like substance of what the character is and who she is and stuff like that and what makes her great. It's just like, here's the name, here's what she does, and then we're gonna change everything else. So, which I mean, it's the MCU, so like, yeah, I guess okay. He's too pretty to be a villain. Anthony Ramos. Nah, he was an okay villain.
I thought he did fine.
He was really good at the beginning.
Yeah. If they did rewrites, would they do rewrites? That's funny. But same like Brandman. Zelma was a new character they brought in, and I liked how they connected it with was it Cree Summers, her character,
her mother,
being the mother, and then like the mother being from old Hermitage or whatever it's called. I'm like, but then she left midway because we know that happens.
But her father stayed.
Who's the father? Who's the father? That was the first thing. I'm like, who's the dad? Because she said, she goes, you guys could have raised me there.
Mm-hmm.
So did the dad stay? I'm like,
was it Mordo?
That's the first thing I thought of. But then it was also kind of like, oh, the only other like black.
Yes, she's a black girl. So black mother. Yes, it's going to be the only other black guy.
Yeah. So I mean, what was something crazy as like Wong or something stupid? Because we know he likes to hang out and have fun. So
he does.
But Mordo was the first thing I thought of as well. But I enjoyed all that. I enjoyed that character Zelma. Because she was like pulled directly out of the comic. I don't know too much about her, but it was just really cool. So I definitely want to see more of her.
Ask you a question. So, did you like what happened at the end with Zelma?
That post credit,
with Parker and him coming into the store and her looking like she's going to help him. Did you like that part?
It made her look a little naive, or not even a little, but quite naive. The shady looking guy who said that he was like hip to her actual magic came in, and she seemed very quick to want to potentially help him out, which didn't sit well with me.
I thought the same thing, but also they kind of make his character very persuasive, so he has this like charisma to him where like people who probably say no eventually say yes kind of thing, because it's happened multiple times in the show. And also it was like, I don't know if you guys, does she know who that is?
She should, especially all the stuff that she did with Riri, but I don't think she does.
Yeah,
she did know.
I know she's like, it's a dude in a hood. Like,
she couldn't sense his aura. So like all those things, I feel like it kind of undid all the good things they're doing with that character in that one scene. I was like, why are they doing that?
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't mind it as much. I was more interested to see. Like, does she know who it is and stuff like that? Because she's also like young and dumb. Like the only training she has is from her mom, and her mom's like a dropout, from the magic school. So it's like, I'm kind of curious to see like what happens there, But there's a lot of like you guys said in chat, there's a lot of tragedy. It's that no one's really a hero in this one. It's just like, people doing bad stuff trying to redeem themselves and then end up still doing bad stuff.
Mhm.
So because even at the end with Zeke Stan, like he gets resetted and whatever, so he's gonna have self-control again. But then she's like, "Are we cool?" He's like, "No, we're not cool." So and then
I will see you later.
Yeah, and that's it. We don't know what else is going on. Then Mordo being the father is an interesting theory. I mean, it might be just a random new character too. I'm just saying,
Could
but
be.
Mordo would be cool.
When with the commentage, it was a lot of different type of people all over there. But just Mordo would be a really interesting, specifically.
Yeah.
Or her actual father is one of Dormammu's followers.
Would that be cool?
And that will kind of bring you back into that end, right? The understanding of her choices at the end.
Yeah. I can see her more Mordo. I think it'll be cool. I mean, it said Clown was basically Left Eye. Which one was Clown?
100%. The one with the explosions and stuff like that.
The explosion chick. Okay, yeah. But see, that's another thing is like I think all the team members were lame
and burned them up.
Yeah. But it's just like I didn't even remember. I don't even know what the twins' names are. I just know they're like the muscle twins. Like I don't know their names.
I know one was Tamo Edition Katie O'Brien.
That's true. That was funny because that yeah.
Jerry, I would not have been able to pull that out. No way.
Yeah, because even like like I didn't know any of their names. I just didn't know any of their names, and it was just because
I knew Cousin John, and he was
John.
So.
But he was the only. Yeah, he's the only one. It was Parker, John, and Riri. No one else mattered. And the only reason you remember Rampage was because he was such a goofy character in the first episode. Yeah, call me Rampage. But
you also know that's Eric Andre. That's the other reason.
Yeah. And he was probably like the biggest. Like Slug. I didn't even know who Slug was until you like. I had to look at like which one's Slug.
I know exactly who Slug is, but that's because of the controversy I see everywhere.
Yeah. Everyone's hating Slug for the same reason. But to me, it was just like, but they were all just the whole group was just overall lame. It was just like, and I said that even before, like it should have been a small group, just the three of them, Parker, John, which are cousins, and then the tech person, which was Eric Andre, fire him, and then you bring in Riri. You didn't need all these other things, it's just extra, but they do it. It's stuck as a homeless snail. Oh, that's funny. I don't even remember Eric Andre's name. I don't even remember his real name. I just remember like
Rampage.
Yeah, because he kept saying it.
Like that.
Was it Walter? Was it
Stewart? I think
Stewart. I think Stewart. That sounds right. But it just Stewart is a horror geek. It just they were just lame. It's just lame. Like, but then they do it so he like you give Parker somebody to turn on later. Which is. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid to ask why you hated Slug.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to know.
Yeah, I mean, because I hated. It's not that I hated any of the group. They were just boring. They were just lame. They didn't add anything to the story.
Yeah, they were just boring characters.
Yeah. I
feel like they were more of a you can totally erase them.
Yeah,
and nothing changes the story. More than Xavier. I think Xavier brought a lot too, especially with that the being the brother of Natalie, and then the older brothers always that unattainable fruit, like for that type of sexual tension that you can have. He's the boy next door, she's the girl next door. That's that type of thing, and I think that's fine. And you can kind of explore it in those parameters without making it all about love. All about the sexual tension. It could be a small part instead of this big thing. I'd rather have him than any of those other suckers.
Yeah. You know, because he has a emotional connection to Riri. Like all those other characters that had no emotional connection to anybody. Because as soon as they were done, he's like, leave. You know, and that was it. You know, it was like we never saw them again. You know, it was like, okay, cool. You know, so like you said, you can just cut it all out. But yeah, you know, I mean, you know, let's get into the Mephisto thing because that's like I think the main stuff that everyone's really talking about. I like Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. I thought he looked cool. The reflection in the spoon was cool. Him changing his accents, I thought was really cool too.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was very funny too. It was like I'm like, huh, because he's like, oh, you're not my only, connection or whatever he called him. You know, you're not my only person. But the look was good. Everything was good. I am kind of curious, to know like the pecking order in the MCU. Like, is Dormammu higher than Mephisto? Because in the comic book, isn't Dormammu like higher? A bigger problem than somebody like Mephisto in the comic, right?
Because he's the actual devil.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't know too much of Mephisto when it comes to comic books. Besides like a few little things with like Wanda and whatnot and stuff like that.
No, most Doctor Strange is why I see Mephisto a lot.
Doctor Strange, which I didn't read a lot of Doctor Strange. But yeah, it was kind of more like Dormammu is more powerful. That's what I thought because I'm like the dude's like is a dimension. You know what I mean? Like, I guess Mephisto is kind of too, but it's not
weird
the same.
because he's usually contained in his own dimension. So that's why I don't want to say one's more powerful than the other because one is usually contained in that dimension. So if you're ever outside that dimension, then how powerful is if he never gets outside, he's cosmic in his dimension.
Yeah, he's cosmic. Well, everyone here is like Dormammu's way higher.
Dimension. I don't know.
Yeah, which I mean, it would make sense though if Dormammu was more powerful than Mephisto, and Mephisto is like, oh, that guy's lame. Like that would be something like I feel like Mephisto would say. So like, oh, like what? And it would make sense that say like Mephisto would steal something like that from somebody more powerful and claim it's his own type of thing. But yeah.
Did anyone else? Was I the only one who wanted him at one point to? Was I the only one at one point who wanted him to be like, Yegzamish, my name Mephisto?
That would have been a little too much, but also kind of funny. But maybe we'll get it later. We'll get like him in the red, get up, but he's wearing like the Bo Rat swimsuit. Like that'd be funny. Yeah. But I just he made the deal with Parker, that kind of turned to shit, and then the whole big finale with him and Riri talking. So what do you guys think about that? And what do you guys think about you pulled it up. Yeah. So you can see it
in the spoon.
The reflection.
The tea. Am I the only one who hated the fact that he had the tea and he was going around the circle just like we were talking about Get Out? Am I the only one that knows? I was like, you trying to
think about it.
Trance?
Yeah, give it a little thought briefly.
Or were we all in trance with him? As soon as he's doing that, we were going to the sucking place. Is that what was going on? We're all in the sucking place with the tea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord said he was eating dry pizza.
That's funny. That's just Sacha Baron Cohen. That's his taste. But they had Marvel.com had asked like the showrunner about like other things to highlight, and that was one of the things. He goes, if you check the spoon that Mephisto is using, you can see
his actual form.
You can see the with it. Yeah. But then she talks to other stuff, which we'll get into a little bit. But yeah, what do you guys think about the whole deal with Riri? Because Brian, you brought something up before we went live, and I didn't really think about it. And it's interesting for sure, and I kind of like it, but I don't know if it's going to pay off the way or pay off well enough for me. But well, I don't know. We'll see. But we'll start with Brand Mail. What you think about Mephisto and Riri? And what are your take? What do you think happened?
I get why they or I get why they did it, but at that point, because Riri spent the entire this entire series making bad decisions and constantly getting in her own way, like I said, and basically being her own worst enemy. So they kind of pull that bait and switch at the end when they show the flashback of her talking to him. So I'm like, oh, she didn't make the deal after all, and then you see the friggin' veins growing on her hand. I'm like, oh, she did make the decision. So I guess with a show like this, you kind of expect the hero to learn some kind of lesson or kind of overcome everything, but then at the same time we see that in a lot of stuff. So it was I do give them props for kind of doing something that we're not used to, especially in stories like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping we get payoff, and for whatever reason I'm fearing we might not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my whole thing with it.
Okay. I feel the same with the payoff of that for sure. And be saying Bo Raz the best thing in the show. I mean, the character was much. The character was I don't know how to say it. Like people were waiting for this character to show up for a long time now. For what, like 3 years at this point, maybe even longer.
Ever since Wanda.
Yeah. Shit, when did that come out? 2020? I think. Or 2021.
2022 Wakanda Forever.
No. WandaVision.
WandaVision 2021. Sorry.
2021. Okay, so about 4 years. Damn. So yeah. All right, Brian. What you think?
So I saw it two different ways. So one, I saw it as what we were seeing from Riri when they jumped to Natalie saying being there. I thought is as a vision that Mephisto was controlling her, seeing her vision. That's why they then jump back to time. Jump back to what was actually going on, but they'll jump back to her reality. He was giving her a vision of what could happen, and you seeing and being able to touch Natalie. That's what you really want. Because he's asking her, "What is it? What you really want?" And he's giving her a vision of what's of what that could be. And I'll give you all the skills. In 6 months, you will be able to touch Natalie for real. Because she was giving up on the suit and all the other stuff. She was only focused on Natalie, but she was giving her that this is what you can get. You don't have to ask for little things. I can give you something really big, and that was her, giving her a glance into it and her, but understanding what this will be with on the thing, this will be the consequence, and her seeing that too. I felt that it was a premature end. Without seeing her, we really don't know why would they end it that way if that this is exactly what you want. What you're seeing is what you're really getting. Why would they end it that way? They could have ended it us knowing that she said yes and shook the hand. But for them to pull away, for you to not see them shake the hand, makes me feel like they could still go either way. And say that she actually didn't do it.
Yeah. Which I like that much better. And I didn't even think about that. I just thought it was like, oh, she made the deal, whatever. I didn't like it. But when you think about it that way, I think that's a possibility. It's it makes sense. But the post credit. I mean, but the post credit doesn't change that fact. The post credit is just Parker and Zelma. So yeah, that doesn't change the fact between.
I think when he means when you see her arm, you see the thing coming out of her arm, very similar to what happened. But once again, this could be a glimpse into her future. We never saw her actually shake his hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's the key for that. So though it's the same scar, but that's the same thing that'll happen. It still could all be a glimpse into her future without her us knowing what actually happened. a vision of what's going on. We have no idea what she actually chose.
Yeah.
You didn't see her. Why would the director deliberately not show you the handshake?
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's also going the back and forth between, because it's supposed to be like kind of like a rope-a-dope kind of thing. It's like, oh, are you getting it or not getting it? Because they're talking and then it cuts to the future. You know, then they go back to talking, then it cuts back to the future, and then so it's a back and forth. So you're like, wait, is this a vision? Because now when you think about it, it's like, yeah, it could be a vision that you're being force fed during this conversation.
And so what Lawrence says is interesting. He said they confirmed in the article that she took the deal. My thing is, what if there's a variant? Remember, this is a branch. This is an opportunity to kind of bring this all together. If they would have went forward with this show, you understand? These could be two different branches of things that could happen. Yeah, and that's what we end up seeing. But I don't think they put the money into it. They didn't put the time in. They didn't want to do that again. So I think that's where it was heading to. That now we have two different branches, and now you kind of brought Ironheart into everything else we have with all the other shows. I'm not reaching with a variant, but you not watch any of Loki or anything or understand what the whole storyline that we're doing right now.
That's all
with Doomsday and having different branches. That's literally what it is all about.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that's the connection that they're could have been trying to do. But I also do believe that they're not making any money off of it. They're not putting any more money into it. So when you guys saying it won't be a payoff, it won't be anything. There could be possibly nothing that comes out of this, and the only thing you're going to see is what happens in Doomsday.
Yeah. So here, real quick. So that same Marvel.com interview that the showrunner
what she said about that was interesting.
Yeah. So what was it? Hodge? How do you pronounce the name? Chinaka Hodge, I think they pronounce it.
That's what it was.
So she said, she goes, I would also say the scar spreading on Riri's arm says everything. He goes, and just for what it's worth, Riri got the magic suit and she's got this cloak, and things might be next. All I can say is she's got the components to avoid certain doom. So that's what the showrunner who kind of wrote the show said about the final kind of thing, So she's like, she got the magic suit, she got the cloak. He goes, and things might be next. That could be whatever, but
it mean anything,
but she's got the components to avoid certain doom. So I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. I know, right? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Jesus. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious. I mean, I like that theory. I think it's a good theory, especially if you don't want to believe Riri is stupid.
That's the only way to make it a more of a heroic arc.
Where it's a vision. But because then again, she thinks she's gonna outsmart somebody. And outsmart Mephisto of all people. Which is like it's not gonna happen. But I mean, me personally, I think she took the deal. And it kind of sucks. But I am hoping for the vision thing that Brian's saying. But
I'm hoping more for branches that you have. Every decision you have, how they explained it, every decision you have has two ways it could go, and that's how you get the different branches of time for the TVA. This is actually like and her way to get this, she uses the cloak to get into the TVA and cuts off a certain branch, and that way she gets into even if she made the bad decision, she gets a way to get back into that decision.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna tie in to either Doctor Strange 2 or the Strange Academy, because now you got Zelma, who has a family member, her mom, directly connected to the same place that Strange is connected. Possibly, the father might still be there. So we'll see. Wouldn't it be crazy that the big Minotaur would be the dad? What if like he became the Minotaur? He's like, oh, you're gonna stay here? All right, boom. The mom puts like a curse on him and makes him into like a fucking Minotaur. It's like you're gonna stay here forever. It's like you wouldn't go in the normal world. Like that'd be so petty, but that would be funny as shit. So like something like that, like I think would be hilarious. So there's ways to connect them directly, to Doctor Strange, to Wong, to all
Does that
the
mean
wizards.
that she's not going to be in Doomsday?
I don't know. She might not be in Doomsday. But I think she's going to be in Secret Invasion.
Secret War.
Secret War.
In Secret Invasion.
Yeah. I think she's gonna be in there.
Secret War. So.
Yeah, Secret War. We don't talk about Secret Invasion anymore.
Yeah, I was like, what's the Secret Invasion? I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah. I just hope I want to see a little bit more because I'm kind of curious. But overall, what are you guys giving it, Brandman? One last thing before you go to bed.
Yeah. So I want to do something.
I know it's late. What are you giving it?
I'd give it a later.
Yeah.
It's an entertaining watch, and I think it's pretty well paced. I think it's well acted. I like a lot of the stuff that they do with it, but there's not even any buts. It's just pretty middle of the road, kind of solid enough MCU streaming content.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I kind of liked what they. I'm interested in seeing where they go following the way that it ended. Especially, there were parts of it that kind of felt a little undercooked, like the character of Ezekiel Stain and the gang members, but overall, it held my attention, and I thought it was decent enough. Looking forward to seeing more of Riri down the line and how she gets herself out of this inevitable predicament.
Yeah. Okay. What are you, Brian?
My biggest thing about a TV show like this is supposed to be the main character. I feel like TV show should really care about the arc of, and it's time. You can take time to develop a character that you haven't had in the movie time. Mm-hmm. So that's the whole point of it. And I don't think it hit its mark, especially that last episode. I feel like it really missed that point. The arc got cut off. And unless they could find a way to fix that, I don't like it that much. And I think if I'm going to give it a number, it will be like 6.8 out of 10. Not quite 7, just a little bit under a 7 out of 10. Okay. It's a later series overall. If I was ranking all the series, it would be ahead of She-Hulk. It would be ahead of. Is that it?
Secret Invasion?
Secret Invasion, yeah, definitely Secret Invasion. Right. Once again, we don't talk about that. I thought that I can't bring that up. Yeah. So it's still better than those. It's better than the Marvel's movie. so there's something, so there's things that are good about it, and I think that if it would have been spent more money, it would be even better. Mm-hmm. It's better than Echo. It's definitely better than Echo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Echo.
So just saying, if they would have spent more money, I think they could have really made this a pretty good show. So
yeah. I mean, I don't think it deserves all the hate it's getting. It's getting a lot of hate, and I think it was at Profess, the film fan, one of our chatters, was like, "Oh, what kind of hate it's getting?" I mean, besides the racism it's getting and all that stuff, I think it's getting a lot of hate because they're comparing it to the Tony Stark kind of thing. They're like, "Oh, well, Tony Stark would not have done that," or blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, he would.
He would. He created all those weapons for 20 years.
yeah. I mean, there's all of that too, is like all being a criminal and that whole argument. But even like, oh, Tony Stark, built this in a cave with scraps, and she said like, oh, it's because of his billions of dollars. I was like, yeah,
not wrong, but
she's not wrong.
Her quality of a person was not shown in this show.
That's the problem. Is like the Tony Stark thing was like he he was able to make the sacrifice, even though he was the rich, guy, with all the tech and stuff like that. So with her, she just thinks the money is where it's at. It never came about where like it's not about the money, it's about the character, it's about the person in the suit, and we didn't get that, and that's where I thought the show was originally going to go. But I mean, overall, it was not bad. Like for me, I think it was better than She-Hulk. It was better than Secret Invasion.
What we should not talk about.
Yeah. It was better than Echo. Yeah, I mean, I'll put it like right above Echo. But I mean, to the top tier stuff, I think Moon Knight was a little bit better. Just because Moon Knight was probably put together better together.
But it spent more money.
Yeah, they spent more money and more time and stuff like that. Yeah,
and time. They kind of just hold on to this for all those years, and then didn't even want to release it.
Yeah. But yeah, and also one of my biggest issue was we got What If the last season 3 of What If, and Riri was in that. How did we get a better version of Riri Williams in a What If than we did in her own TV show? That's a real tragedy, because she was awesome. She was awesome in that What If thing. She was smart. She was a badass. She was a hero. She also made, I think, bad decisions, I believe, at one point, but like she redeemed herself. So yeah, that was my problem. It was like, we just got a Riri Williams not that long ago in What If, and she was amazing. So yeah, but if I gotta give it a number, I'm probably right there with you, like a 6, 7 out of 10, somewhere around there.
Yeah. This should be like a 6.5 for me.
Yeah.
I give it just a little bit over 6.5, but not 7.
Not quite 7.
So it's like
right there. Yeah.
7 is what I'll watch it again. There are things I might watch again of this, but definitely won't be a full show.
No, I might watch the last episode. That's it. Lauren saying 6 out of 10.
That's the right realm. That's what it is.
Yeah. Fernando saying later. B saying 4 out of 10. Maria saying it now. Okay. So
I want people to like it. I want people to enjoy it. I want people to feel seen while watching it. I don't think they gave the character what's supposed. When you're in Loki, even in Loki, who was an anti-hero at best and the villain most likely, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had a better character arc. Like he still finished it. He was a better quality person. I don't like it. I feel like you should have done more for Riri Williams. I think she deserves more.
I agree with that. And hopefully we get it. I really do hope, but we'll see. So we'll get into your guys' comments. I just want to finish things up here. For anybody watching on the replay, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the Ironheart as a whole, the last few episodes, the big surprise with Mephisto. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about any of that stuff. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come and join us every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday when we talk about different TV show reactions, trailer reactions, movie reviews, and all that other fun, nerdy stuff. But we appreciate everyone in the live chat. But we are going to get into your comments right now.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna try.
I need to do some. Yeah, I need to kind of clean and wipe some things down, and then go to bed. So, because I'm gonna get up early in the morning, do some stuff. All right.
Hey, man.
Good night, guys.
See you, man.
Pleasure as always. Good night, everyone.
All right, later, man.
All right. Bye bye.
See what you guys say in the chat. Bring them down. Yeah, you guys are. This one's wild. Where is it? She-Hulk is way better. What?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. She-Hulk is like bottom of the barrel. It's Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion,
She-Hulk.
bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
She-Hulk.
And Secret Invasion is holding She-Hulk's hand right at the bottom, right there. Just Yeah. She-Hulk had potential. I liked that last episode when she got all weird and meta and like broke the fourth wall. They should have done that in like the second episode, and then that should have been the entire show, is her breaking the fourth wall, her doing crazy shit.
I don't think it was good at anything. If they were going to do an Ally McBeal type of thing, they should have went more Daredevil when they was doing it. Like I feel like they just didn't do a good job in any aspect that they wanted to do. You know, they didn't know which way they wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
agreed.
Go harder with that way, and that's just, man.
So I keep thinking I think everyone kept telling her she wasn't a good person. Yeah. I mean, well, at least she thought she wasn't a good person, and then the bad guys were telling her she wasn't a good person. So she kept having to like confirm it with other people. You know, like she asked Xavier, she asked her mom, she asked like Natalie. I think at one point too, was like, "Am I a bad person?" You know, it was like,
obviously, yeah, it is. If you choose to take Mephisto's deal, then you a bad person, lady.
Yeah. What's up, Kyle? I saw you come in. Appreciate you coming in. The Sinners took over cinema. They said we not letting this happen. Small scene.
We're not gonna give a good character. We're not gonna give them a whole arc. We're not gonna let them have their hero's journey and you explain who this character really is. And that's what they didn't do. You're right.
Everybody sniffing too many Butterburgers. I like they sniffing too many Butterburgers. She-Hulk in the Marvel movie is way better.
Okay.
The Marvel movie is at least serviceable.
Terrible.
It's not good.
The villain is so bad. The
Yeah.
characters are great. I love each one of those characters individually. But you have a terrible villain, you have a terrible movie.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Yeah. That's why I said it's serviceable to move on to the next part, which is, Photon moving into the universe with the X-Men. She-Hulk was just,
you could have done that in the TV show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In one show, not like a 5-episode thing. In one TV show, you could have done everything that was done in the Marvel.
Yeah. Also, I don't think Anzo's probably in chat here, but I know you guys were on the panel for Chaos Central, and I think he said it, and I think he said it in one of the comments on Facebook too, where it's like something about like Black characters always get in like becoming a criminal and stuff like that. But I was like, in the MCU, like there's not many, besides being a villain like Killmonger, was like just a villain, so yeah, he's the bad guy. But otherwise, like
T'Challa's not a criminal, but they just killed him.
Yeah, well, but I mean, you got T'Challa being king. Shuri is a genius. Captain America, Sam Wilson, decorated veteran. Nick Fury, decorated veteran, head of S.H.I.E.L.D., even though, I mean, there's other stuff, but him himself was always a good guy. What was it? Bill Rhodey?
Who
Rhodey?
How long was Rhodey actually in the movies?
I mean, yeah.
When was it Rhodey?
I mean, but yeah, but at least the character Rhodey himself is like, decorated veteran, like the guy Lawrence Fishburne plays. I can't think of his name. He's a scientist. Scientist PhD.
Oh my god.
Foster, something Foster, right?
Yeah, but was he playing? It's called
he was Giant Man, I think.
It's called something else. Oh my god, he's called. I could see it in my mind. Oh my god.
And he wasn't a criminal. He was trying to help out Ghost, who was like
was a criminal. Yeah.
Who was like a kind of a criminal.
But was also a CIA assassin.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. She turned into one. But he was helping her out to like try to save her life, but he wasn't like a bad guy. That's why I was like, there's a lot of like Black characters that aren't criminals. So like you have like other YouTubers and stuff like, oh, it's always like bad. I was like, not really.
Statue is the other one.
The Statue is. I think it's Giant Man. Isn't it Giant Man?
I thought it was something more. It's not Giant Man. Maybe it is. I thought that was something else.
William Bill Foster, also known as Black Goliath or Giant Man.
Goliath. I'm like, I have Black Goliath comic books.
Black Goliath, Giant Man, and Goliath. So he went by all those names.
Yeah, Black Goliath. I had
Black
Black Goliath comic books. I knew it. Oh goodness.
Yeah, he worked with Hank Pym on Project Goliath.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't pull that.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in myself.
I gotta look it up. You know, so it's like, so I mean, there's a lot of like, you know, black characters aren't that. So they for like certain YouTubers, you know, and people to like, oh yeah, you know, it's doing the stereotypical thing, which for her, yes and no. You know, it's you know, is it a young smart person making bad decisions because they don't know the world around them, even though they are super smart?
I mean, that was Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He never did. They never made him a villain. They always show him heroic at the end.
Yeah.
And this is my problem with Riri. You didn't just show. She's a genius. We saw that. We didn't. I wish I would have had more of a STEM and all the other stuff. I've already spoken about that. But you made her basically just as bad as the bad guy in this show.
Mm-hmm.
Make the same exact decision and mistake as the bad guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just I don't like it. I don't like the way you did that. There's no respect.
Yeah. And Miles didn't start as a criminal, but he's not in the MCU though yet. Yeah.
He's better.
Bill Foster. Yeah. I need to know what happened to the Eternals. I think you're gonna find out in Doomsday. I don't think they're getting a sequel from what I heard.
They're definitely not, because people are falling asleep during the damn movie.
Yeah. 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 But I mean, well, my thing was also Photon, because everyone wanted like a Photon show, and I think a Photon show would have been awesome.
I don't want any anymore. I don't feel like they'll do it right.
No, they won't at this point. You know, so you know, but I mean, so I was like, there's a lot of like, you know, Isaiah Bradley. You know, Isaiah Bradley was never a bad guy. He's
definitely a criminal because they put him in jail for 30 years.
Well, I was gonna say he's not a bad guy. He was just a black guy that they effed over big time. You know,
par for the course.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so yeah, you know, I mean, besides like, you know, Killmonger being a bad guy, I think Luke Cage was in jail for a little bit. You know, but I mean, overall, it's like, you know, so I mean, but either way, like I think I was telling like Anzo on Facebook, I'm like, it doesn't matter if you're like king of the most powerful, richest, advanced technology nation in the world, or you're like a 16-year-old dumb genius kid. You know, like they're still gonna, you know, say the N-word and say really racist shit. So
yeah,
you know, so you know, trying to argue with those people is
pointless, and
pointless.
All it does is basically screaming at or yelling at a cloud. Because
yeah. They killed T'Challa. Every movie he was in. Yeah. You say Miles is overrated? Nah.
I'll tell you that Enter the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse are the two best movies I've seen of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Also, you can tell me like Miles is overrated. But like, there's a Miles comic. There's a a Miles. There's a statue with Miles and Venom.
I got more Miles than I got Peter Parker.
Probably. Yeah. Like this is the Ultimate Universe, the new Ultimate Universe one. That's like Peter Parker. And I'm not even that big of a Spider-Man fan. I know it looks like I am because I have this giant thing, but I'm not really not. Like I love Wolverine a lot and Green Lantern, which I need to redo my Green Lantern shelf down here.
That's a good question. Is Spider-Man 2 better than Across the Spider-Verse?
I
mean, with Tobey Maguire being Peter Parker, the heroic journey that he's on is compelling for me. I can understand that. You want to know why you lose me? Mary Jane.
Yeah. Yeah. But I kind of agree with Kyle here where it's hard to really not compare an animated with the live action. Because you could do a lot more with an animated. Like you can have hundreds of Spider-Man and be able to tell that story in animation only. You really can't do that too much in live action. In live action, you have 3 of them max. It's like it's hard to get something like that. So yeah.
But, man, they did a great job with Spider-Man 2. So I'm not here to argue about Spider-Man 2 because it is good. So good. It's my favorite live action Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, I mean, some of you guys are really not digging the ending. Yeah, it was bold. It was bold. It is very different of Marvel to like give you this tragedy story instead of a heroic story of like the good guy.
Was it bold or was it just cheap because you didn't want to go back and fix it at all?
I don't know. I don't want to say it was cheap because I think the easy way out would have been just like her saying F you, and slaps him and jumps in her suit and flies away. You know what I mean? Like that would have been the easy way to end it, so giving you this like, did she take it or is it a vision kind of thing? It's a little different.
Maybe
I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it's very different. It's very different.
I would be saying this if it wasn't the fact that they did it in 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So you didn't give me a character arc, and you had her start as getting kicked out of college, and then you had to finish with her being a bad person, accepting Mephisto.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Maria said, what about Agatha all along? That story might continue there. No, I think they're going to stick to the continue this, because technically Agatha, I would say, is like a continuation of WandaVision. And I think Vision Quest is going to be a continuation of Agatha. So that's, to me, I think that's going to be like a trilogy, but it's not going to be a part 1, part 2, part 3. It's just going to be like side story that's still tied in and another side story that's tied in. So it's like that. But I mean, could she pop up? She might because of the magic stuff, but
most of them are saying that she's going to be in Doomsday.
Doomsday?
Yeah, that she's definitely going to be in Doomsday.
That'd be interesting. Maybe him just sucks out the evil magic right out of her. I mean, it'd be a cheap way to save her.
Or she joins Doom because she just put her on this whole total negative track.
Yeah. Brandon said I didn't finish Agatha because that shit stuck too. Agatha was really good. I had a really fun time with it.
Yeah.
Especially the ending. That was a really good ending. It was very
best you got in a long time.
It was very emotional. I didn't expect it to get that emotional. Yeah. And then, like Orgy said, outsmarting the devil is a common storyline. Yeah. And you would assume Tony Stark would do the same thing. Like he would try to outsmart the devil. So
and never give you, never sign, never handshake, never do anything.
Yeah, but it was an interesting show for sure.
All right, I see you, Lawrence.
I think swing back down there. I said Agatha got better ratings than Daredevil, but we're ready for that conversation. Well, is that like Aubrey's cheeks? Yeah. Spider-Man 2 is definitely better. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it much better? I'm not sure.
I would say it's much better, but it's different. It's different better.
I don't know if it is. I think Across the Spider-Verse, I've enjoyed that more than I enjoyed either.
Yeah. Well,
probably Into the Spider-Verse might be better than Across the Spider-Verse. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you go. That's so. Brandon said. That's not an excuse because Hawkeye was done in 6 episodes and that was awesome. They had a good story. I don't know if I would say it was awesome, but they had a good story, overall for the 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Nothing felt out of place, and they told it in a pretty good pace. Yeah. Oh man. But I'm telling y'all, her acceptance of his magic. Marvel makes things seem major, but then when the next installment comes back, they downplay it. I mean, they might downplay it, but I think Mephisto was such a anticipated fan favorite, because I saw your comment earlier where it's like you didn't watch that show, so you didn't know it was coming. But for the fans, they were super disappointed that we got Ralph Boner, that Mephisto. Like people were pissed. People were pissed. So 4 years later, they're able to pay it off. I don't think they're gonna just throw that or downplay that character.
Agreed. I agree.
But especially getting an actor like Sacha Baron Cohen. But all right, man. You got anything else? It's super late.
No, it's late. I'm tired. So that's it.
Yeah. But come hang out with us on Saturday. We're gonna watch Harry Potter. It's a lot of fun. Even though Brand Davis don't like it. It is good. It's fun. Okay, much better. Then they did it again in Agatha again. Oh yeah, with the Mephisto thing. You thought Mephisto was gonna be in it. But
same as Wanda. We thought he was gonna be in it.
Yeah. But cool. Let's get out of here. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us. We'll be back Saturday hanging out with the watch party, and then Monday with a couple more reviews. But yeah, go check out Netflix, Old Guard 2. We're gonna be talking about that on Monday.
Yeah,
for better or for worse.
For better or for worse, exactly.
Yeah. But all right, we appreciate you guys. We will see you guys later. Have a good 4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.